Hey, what's up? It is I, Tom. This week we got Mike, 36. Holy poop. I'm still doing this. Whoa, crazy. Yeah, so he came by, talked about a whole bunch of shit. Art, clowns, stuff, games, the anime. You know how it is. It was a lot of fun. A lot of good times. That's why this one's super duper long. We just fucking had infinite things to talk about. Sorry if the dog is loud and annoying in this one. He was annoying to us. He was just constantly in and out of the fucking room and just like, squirt, stop. But, yeah, that's about that. I don't really know what else I need to talk about in this one. It was good. It was good times. Hopefully Mike will stop by more. He was talking about being on more often. So even if it was just kind of like another person that sat in with the actual guest, that'd be kind of cool. Have another person here. So maybe that's something to look forward to. I don't know. Putting Mike on blast here. No, I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. He can do what he wants. Yeah, so a lot of fun. Enjoyed ourselves. So yeah, enjoy this episode. Alright, enjoy.
This is your brain. And this
is your brain on Tom.
Okay.
I
think we're live.
It's happening. I didn't think of a funny breakout joke for right when we started. I was totally caught off guard.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, you should let's start with this. Get Monster.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be the topic of conversation.
Make me have a perfect record of convincing people to get Monster on this podcast.
Oh, wow.
I've already convinced John to get, he bought a PlayStation and Monster.
Wow, he bought a PlayStation. Because, that's what I would buy a PlayStation for, so it's not that surprising, but...
So make me have a perfect record. Maybe go two for two.
Yeah, I'm going to try. It's a lot. Well, because my roommate works at a pawn shop, and they go for like $200 in the pawn shop, so we can probably get one for like...
What is there, 4 of you guys in the house?
Yeah, so we just share it for $100. Like, that's nothing. That's like a dinner out. The price of a dinner out.
Yeah. This is a price of a dinner for 400 hours.
Woo! And then I also have to get the game, but that's not nearly as much of an obstacle as it is getting a PS4.
Yeah.
Which are hard to get. Not hard to get, but a little more expensive.
They're not that bad.
No.
Surprisingly so.
They're cool. And I don't have to buy any games because you have so many that I can borrow.
Yeah, a lot of them I won't go back to. Like a lot of the Uncharted stuff. I
imagine you'd never go back.
Because it's one, you just play it once. You don't have to.
Yeah, well, I didn't think you'd go back to Persona 5 a second time. Because it isn't heavily story-based. I mean, so I'd probably just run through that once. Picking up all those sweet lore bits.
So good.
Yeah, it seems cool.
So good.
The soundtrack seems cool.
It's fucking great. They're so good.
Like put it on before.
Yeah.
I haven't played the game, but it's just like some funky beats.
I can't remember his name, but the guy who's been doing the sound, like he does the soundtracks for a lot of like Atlas stuff and primarily like Persona, and like his process of like, I just like to merge genres and try weird things. It's like you just keep doing you, man.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great outlook for music making. Just, do what you like.
Yeah, because
a
lot of the Persona games, especially, they have like, because they all have like a color scheme.
Yes.
So it was like
I do appreciate that shit.
And they've only gone the primaries so far with the rebooted series.
What do you think they'll branch out into for the?
Some people are thinking green.
That's what I was gonna suggest because like I feel like when you get to the secondary colors, green is the first one you go to. I don't think it'll be purple or orange. Yeah,
because orange is too close to red.
Hot.
And they just did red.
And very close.
And purple. Well, maybe they do purple.
Yeah, purple's an option.
Purple's a good one. Because the first 3 was blue, so they could go if they want a cooler color. That would make sense.
What if they did a rural setting and it was green and there's forests and mountains?
Well, 4 is rural.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like you're in a small town? You're in a town, though, right?
You're a small town. It's like Bumpkin Town. Everyone's like, I hate living in the country.
I mean, you do have to be in a town because you have to go to stores. And
you have to talk to people.
Whatever.
You have to at least be...
You need a high school at least.
There has to be at least 22 characters for the whole Arcana.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then there has to... And you don't have to be in high school. Technically, like that's just been what we do, but you have to. The only real requirement is there's going to be 22 characters.
All right. Wait, was Persona 1 and 2 in high schools?
They are in high schools, yeah.
Okay.
But like,
so I feel like that's kind of a set tradition at this point.
Like, they've continued the number, but like those two are different. Like they're so different. This is closer to a full reboot to the 3 through 5.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're ever going to lean into a lot of the stuff from there. Although, I mean, I don't know. Because a lot of people are like, oh, they brought guns back for 5. But, like,
they brought guns into the game? Like, as an attack weapon?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you have your basic weapon. Like, in 3 and... Did Naoto use a gun? Naoto had a gun, but I don't remember if she used it. But definitely in 3, they had, like, ranged weapons. But they were your only weapon.
Oh.
Like, Aegis, she had guns, but she was like guns attached to her wrist, and then she would shoot bullets. But like that just piercing damage.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now everyone gets a gun, so you have a melee weapon and a gun slot, and then like you have different attacks you can do with it. And certain monsters are weak to certain gunshots. And
it makes sense because it takes place in the. I mean, it doesn't make as much sense because you're a high school student that you can like, get your hands on some guns. But
what it is so where you fight in that game is in people's like minds in the cognitive realm.
Oh.
So what you end up doing is all of your weapons and equipment are replicas. So you're using where you get guns in airsoft shop, and they look so realistic that you convince the monsters that they're real.
Wow,
so
that's
work.
So interesting.
Yeah. So if you bring anything in that you can convince the monster that is real, then they become
you just
real.
buy replica shit. Yeah.
So you buy like really high quality replica because I've never been to Japan, but a couple of podcasts I listen to have done this, and I guess in Shinjuku there are airsoft shops that are fucking ridiculous. Like they have like that you can get the SOCOM from Metal Gear Solid.
Yes.
Like perfect replicas that look just like it.
Oh my god.
And like have like the whole silencer and stuff and like a lot.
That's
like,
fucking cool.
And that's where you get so you go to Shinjuku. Is it Shinjuku? No. I forget where you go to buy that gun, but regardless, there's an airsoft shop like back in an alleyway.
There's a SOCOM out there that's not a real gun, so you can bring it to cons or something.
Yeah, I really
that's so cool.
I really want like a replica like SOCOM. I think it'd be so cool to have.
Dude, that'd be a pretty sweet cosplay if you could throw together a solid snake.
Have you ever played 4?
No.
There's a part where you go back to Shadow Moses.
Yes, I knew that.
And you crawl under the truck to get the gun. Mm-hmm. And Snake goes, "Oh, feels good," or something. Like he makes a comment.
Like,
that you
there
it
is.
Yeah.
Still there.
Yeah, he makes a comment like, "Oh, I feel like I'm at home and stuff." Yeah, it's super cute.
That is super cute. The game is just the best. It's super
4
cute.
Is adorable. 4 is like just an adorable. Like I don't like a lot of people I know played 4 first.
That's an interesting choice
because it was just the one that you could get your hands on.
Out. Yeah,
it was just the one that easy.
But wasn't there? Didn't the one you buy come with every previous game?
That came out later.
Oh, it was later.
That came out way later. Yeah. And I bought that before I even had a PlayStation 3. I just wanted to have it because it had an art book that had all the promo art from all the different. Yeah,
that's fucking cool.
It's pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of people had just played 4 first, and like there's a fight with Vamp from 2.
Yeah.
And
that guy's fucking dope.
He's fucking awesome, and it's actually such a cool fucking designed fight. It's a split screen. Where on, I think it's like whatever side you play on is like, so say the left, it's Snake versus Vamp, and you're on like you're at the bottom of like at the bottom of Shadow Moses, like on like a basically where you fought Rex, but like all destroyed.
Yes.
And then on top of the broken Rex, it's Raiden versus someone else fighting. And
what the fuck?
So you play as Raiden. He's just off doing it, and he's fighting on top of the broken Rex.
That's cool.
And then you fight Vamp at the bottom.
Fuck, that's cool. Do you play as Raiden in that game or no?
No.
You're always Snake.
No, you're always Snake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then the way the way you ended up beating him in that fight was you have an item in your inventory that does something. It turns off nanomachines because all 4 is nanomachines. I forget exactly what it's called. Classic. And a lot of my friends and I was starting my first like, oh, I'm playing 4 now, having gone through all of them. Like, oh my god, I good luck on that Vamp fight. I can't imagine you're gonna be able to figure this out looking it up. And I'm familiar with Metal Gear, so you just call the radio.
Keep calling until they give you the explicit answer. They'll be like, wait, I got it.
And so I did that, and then they're all like, oh. I'm like, yeah, this is how you solve everything.
Come on, bitch. Save before your boss fights. You don't have to use a continue.
And you just spam the shit out of this.
Spam the shit of your codec until they give you the answer.
I'm like, oh, all right. I had to look it up. I'm like, yeah, that's...
Well, you do look it up, but it's just in-game. Which is great. That's so perfect. It's a great way to handle it.
They fixed that with Monster Hunter. You have like a book that keeps your monster notes.
Oh, that's nice. So you have to have met the monster before?
You have to meet the monster
and... you see an ability, then you write it down automatically? Or?
Well, the abilities you have to memorize.
Oh, nice.
But what they're weak to, what parts of them can be broken off, all that stuff is found out by either doing it and killing them or capturing them, and then you get more points so that you have more information on the book. Nice. So like, and every once in a while, like, oh, okay, I'm fighting that monster. What's he weak to again? You pull up the book, you're like, oh, that's it.
Was there monster capturing in other games? I don't
know. There are.
I didn't really play much of them,
but it's not really. Like this has like a because of that book and like building your points and stuff like that to like learn more about them. It has like a higher impact.
Hell yeah, that's pretty dope.
It's pretty cool. I never, like, I've always been trying to get into the series, and I finally just found the light. I'm like,
yeah, apparently this is like the one for people who couldn't get into it before. Like, So I wonder what the diehard fans think. Do you know? Do you have any word on that?
So I've basically gone to a couple people who are big fans and have been like like a lot of podcasts I listen to. There's always that one person who's like, guys, Monster Hunter, and they're like, shut up, stop talking about Monster Hunter. Because it's just the weirdo who's really into that.
It's like a game for obsessives.
Yeah.
You just have to like grind the RNG.
It reminds me a lot of like an MMO.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like the dull gameplay of an MMO without the fun of your friends.
No, because it
fucking
has
God of Monster Hunter.
Has a lot of because what it is it's the dullness of an MMO with like played through an action game.
Right.
So
and you actually can invite your friends. Has there ever been one that wasn't multiplayer?
No.
Yeah. So it is basically an MMO.
It's a small scale
because you do all the hunts together if you want.
Yeah.
It's possible.
But yeah, like it's been so like though the people that I have heard that for years talking about Monster Hunter love it. V is super upset, but I feel like anytime V is upset, it means it's a good thing. Yep. Because they always go a little crazy for like the fact that like super small things. I was reading one thing, and like he was just making arguments that they were like whatever. It was like, oh, they made the game accessible, therefore I hate
God
it.
damn them.
Like the only one complaint the guy had was like, oh, it's too easy. And I'm like, yeah, I can kind of feel that. Like it's not.
I can live with that.
It's not. Yeah, I don't
as long
care.
as I can play the game.
Yeah, it's not.
No, there is like a line of too easy that I won't accept. Like Pokemon nowadays, I can't do it. It's too way much. It's way too easy.
Like there's a couple things in like the one. I just did one of the fights. I fought like an Elder Dragon yesterday. He's a big unicorn. And like I had to die, and then I was like, all right, I got this. I know what I'm doing. And then I beat him without dying. Yeah. So I was like, okay. It's not the worst. It was very MMO-ish, though. Like, he had big fuck me zones. He would just, like, throw down these huge pillars of lightning, and you're like, all right, I don't stand there. I'm going to stand here
Does
instead.
it have, like, a warning?
Like there's a huge telegraph. It's like, like the ground starts, being electrified, and you're like, all right, I don't stand there. And you move over.
That's, the telegraph. Yeah. The classic MMO fuck me
so
zone.
it was like playing an MMO, where it's like, here's this areas that you're not supposed to go, and here's where the attack's going to go. But also, I'm fucking Attack on Titan spinning and hitting him with a bunch of shit.
Oh, is it, like, crazy like that?
The weapon I'm using is very anime. Like I have like it's the two daggers basically, and I hit R2 and I flip them upside down.
Yes.
I start Naruto running and like I attack much faster and stuff.
Naruto running.
And if you're coming down a ramp or you can jump off a wall as well, you literally do. Did you see Attack on Titan?
Yeah.
So you do the Levi spin.
Yes.
And like I was playing yesterday and I made this Anjaneth spine my fucking grind rail. I just like spun down the spine and he stood between two like mushroom giant mushrooms, and if you dash off like a platform, then you instantly go into this spin. So I dashed off, spun down his spine, landed on another one, dashed back, spun down his spine, landed on another one.
Fucking dope.
It was really cool.
It's cool.
And then there's like certain walls you can like you dash into and it'll bounce you off and you do the same attack. So like
dope as hell.
There's there's still 13 other weapons I've barely touched. So like I assume they all have various ways.
Different weapon types.
There's like 14 different weapon types.
What?
And I've only really used the one. Like I fucked around a little bit in like the beta to be like, all right, clearly the weapon's the big deal. If I can figure out the weapon I like, then I'll be comfortable with this.
Right.
So I was like, I'll jump in the beta and just fuck with weapons. And I was like, oh, okay, this one works. But there's like so many others, and like sometimes I'll be like jumping. Usually with Japanese players because I've been playing for so long. I jump in with them. I'm like, holy shit, that weapon's awesome. The shit that thing can do is insane.
Yeah, I like games where you specialize, but it stresses me because I just like, I don't know what to pick. I don't know what's like perfect.
Well, nothing's perfect. It's whatever you're comfortable with. Yeah, it's actually really well balanced.
Right. Of course. I mean, of course, it's like what you're comfortable with. They obviously try to make it balanced, but like, I'm obsessed with finding like the best one for me and like not getting too deep in something I don't want.
They also all work together so well. Like I was playing with Richie and he used the bow. And he's Richie's our cousin.
Hey, thanks everyone.
I should probably clear that up. And he like one of the attacks is like it's fucking such a sick.
Does he
animation.
listen?
I don't think so. I don't know.
You should send up some links. You're getting shout outs, Richie. What up? What up? Whoa!
But it has an attack where like you pull like this giant arrow and you scrape it across the ground, and it's got this really sick animation. But as you're scraping, you start like adding explosives to it or something. Yeah. And if you shoot straight down their face or up their tail, it explodes like a million times.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
It's really cool, and so it blows off parts of them because like that's a big part of it too. You like blow off their armor, or you damage. Yeah.
What?
So you like try to like blow off their tail, or you
like
break
Red
their teeth.
Faction 2, but with the animals instead of the environment.
Yes, exactly. So you're trying to like there's a one guy that you can fight.
That's a throwback.
He's like like an oil monster. but he's got like bones all over him, and you can break the bones off of him. So then he's like his face is all covered in bones. But if you break that, you hit him enough, you break the bones off his face. His face is incredibly weak. Oh. So then you can start focusing on his face and stuff like that. But like so he'll do that. He'll like blow down their entire spinal like their body. Yeah. Damage them a bunch of their parts blow off, and then they get stunned and fall over. Now when they're on the ground, that's where I'm at my best, because I just attack really fast and like So I basically do that.
Just get them the Naruto.
Yeah, I basically Naruto blow the fuck up and just like start. Then I can blow their tail off, and like it's weird how like but I can play like with by myself, and like it still works out. And it's like, oh wow, these like all really work well together. Like it's really cool. And like they all have like other game parallels and stuff, which is cool too. Yeah. Like I feel like, oh, I really like Dark Souls, and Sword and Shield would be a really good option for you. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. It's like, oh, do I like the switching weapon thing of?
I really do like Dark Souls, so maybe I know what I'm gonna try.
Like when I was playing with Matthew, he's using the Sword and Shield. He's like, I'm just familiar with Dark Souls, and it plays very similar.
Do you dodge roll? What's the deal?
Yeah, you can. There's dodge rolls. There's like the whole shield parry thing, and like the cool thing about the shield and sword is you get both blunt and severing damage. So you can cut off parts of them, but also stun them with the shield. You shield bash, you can stun them. Because the big thing with the hammer is you hammer their head, they get stunned, they fall down, they all get dazed, and then you can people
with the fast weapons can do the DPS.
So like there's different ways you want to play. So
there's there's like team comp is significant.
Not only it's probably significant for the late stuff, but as of right now, team comp is just like everything works together.
Right. Okay.
So it's like it's
you
not
just
like
have to figure out how.
Yeah. Exactly. It's not like
so these do gel. We just had to figure it out. Yeah.
So it's like because when we were first playing, I was like, man, this is like whatever. Like it's no big deal. And then I was like, oh, now he's learning his weapon. I'm learning my weapon. He's knocking them down way more. I'm like, oh, and now I have more opportunities now. Yeah. So it was cool and like
attacks of opportunity.
Yeah. So like it's fucking really cool. I really recommend it.
It seems really cool. Like it's I just gotta get to the old PS4.
Yeah, make it happen.
I will. It's just I'm doing all sorts of stuff.
Are you?
I just like loans are coming back now.
Yeah, that's always sound fun.
It's gonna be pretty bad. I'm gonna be living pretty meagerly, but yeah, I mean I can save up. Yeah. It'll be a little bit.
Yeah. I don't anticipate to quit, so feel free to. Like, I'm gonna platinum this.
Oh, you'll just keep playing.
I'm gonna 100% this game. Yeah. So
can we play if we're like at a huge level disparity? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
There's nothing stopping us.
I do like that when they have that kind of system in place.
Fights are gonna be a little shorter.
Yeah.
But like it's fine. Like you might not see certain phases of them.
Yeah, like just blast through.
Yeah, because what they'll do is you damage them at a certain point, they'll roar, and then they run off to a different spot. And they'll try to escape you, or if
you wouldn't let them.
They wouldn't. Some of them probably wouldn't even get to that chance. Yeah.
Yeah, because you just do.
I would like sometimes.
Big damage.
Yeah, like a couple times I've gone back and helped out people who have like are starting.
Can you make
up
multiple characters?
Yeah, you can too. Oh, cool. Yeah, I could start another character if you wanted it.
Nice.
If it was super dramatic or something. Yeah. If it was super. Like at any moment you can switch any weapon. Oh. You're not locked into anything.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. That alternatively I could do too. I could just be like, I'm just gonna start this weapon from scratch and just. I mean, most of the time I'm gonna have a lot of the materials, so I could probably get to like tier 3 like right away if I picked a new weapon.
Oh, because you're building the weapon.
Because you just have
them, right?
Yeah, you don't build. You buy. You can buy there's like 3 or 4. Right now I've unlocked 4 like base tier weapons, so I can buy them outright. You still make them. You can buy 2 of them. You can make base tier 4. There's 4 like raw weapons, and you build off of those, and you can buy 2. Right out of the gate, but like you just because like when you're just killing things, like I have like 1,000 small bone pluses. Yeah, or small bones, not small bone pluses. Like small bones because I haven't used them in a while.
The small bone and small bone plus, just like I don't think there's a loot item.
Yeah. So like, but like the small bone's the first bone you pick up. Like it's the first thing you find in bone piles. But as the game goes, your bone piles start upgrading. Yeah. So like I have just like a bunch of them because I've stopped using them, but I'm still collecting them. They're still like showing up and dropping stuff.
So
like
just throw together.
If you're like, hey, we really need it. I'm like, I want to use a hammer. I could just make like early hammers really quickly. But even though I'm using like tier 6, rarity 6 weapons right now or something, I could jump over that too. So
very, very cool.
So you're not locked down to anything. There's a training room. You can literally jump right in and be like,
just figure it out.
Just figure out what weapon you want to use. Yeah. Like when I first did, I was like, the insect glaive looks cool. I'm like, the insect glaive's impossible.
So like weapons have different skill cap.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. No, what I'm using is the fucking idiot-proof weapon right now.
Nice. Yeah.
That
might be what I need, but I don't know. Who knows? I'll end up.
There's like
it a go.
What was that? It's sword and shield, dual blades. And there's a third one that are like the easy one, like the beginner, like give this a shot. But like they have like
gun. Do they have a gun still?
They do have 2 guns. Yep. They have the light and heavy bow gun and then the arrow or bow. I think it might be the light bow gun was the other easy one. I think so.
So you, Richie, and Matthew are all using the fucking Babby's first weapons. You casual fucks. Yeah. Casuals. I can't even believe it.
I was gonna use the charge blade, but I don't understand its actual mechanics. You
What
like
is
have
it?
to.
Is it a lance? What do you mean a charge blade?
It's a sword and shield.
Yeah.
And as you hit things, you fill vials, and then you take those vials and dump it into the shield.
What?
I think the shield and sword have separate attacks once the shield is fully charged. But then you can take that shield and throw it onto the sword, make an axe, and discharge it like into this huge like AOE blast forward.
Yeah.
Of like electric. I mean, it probably changes depending on the element of the weapon. I don't know, but it was like really weird. And I couldn't figure it out at first. I was like, this seems cool, but like I don't understand how to even dump the vials.
And it's a different thing from sword and shield, but it's also sword and shield. But
it's a sword and shield.
Comes with some
but
vials.
Yeah, it does it. So like, but I was reading stuff into it. Like you can, when you're in sword and shield mode, it plays like that. You block with it, and you can like parry stuff and like do stuff like that. But then you're building charges. You dump those charges into stuff.
So it's just like a more difficult sword and shield?
Yeah, so there's like apparently like the insect glaive is considered like, or like the people who've been playing like I was listening to one podcast and the guy was like, yeah, he's played a bunch of them. He's like, yeah, so I've gone to insect glaive, which is like a nice transition from dual blade. It's a similar concept of like hitting fast, light, and like moving a lot.
More difficult.
But it's a little bit more complicated. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's got like a you can at one point like it's you have like a bug on your wrist and you can send it to collect juices of different parts of the monster. So you throw it at the head, you get an attack bonus, you get the body, you get a defense boost, and the feet you get a speed boost.
Cool.
And once you get all three of those, you get a fourth one, and then all of them increase to like double time.
Oh.
So you get like double the bonus time, and then like while those are up, it changes your combos and how high you can jump because it's you have the lance and you bounce off of it to get into the air. Your goal is to mount the monster.
You're a dragoon?
You're a dragoon, yeah.
That's cool.
Your goal is to mount the monster so that you knock it over. So you can always like what Sword and Shield has like a weird like jump attack. And so Matthew kept mounting the monster, and then you stab it a whole bunch, and then it falls over, and then so it still works out like with everything else. It's pretty cool.
Very cool.
I recommend it.
Yeah, it's certainly on the to do.
It seems really neat.
So what else are you playing or doing? What else goes on?
What goes on in here?
I don't know. Anywhere. Where do you go? Where do you go? Who are you?
Not much. We're gonna reread Berserk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I was like, I was talking to John, and he was like, oh yeah, Berserk just got an update. I'm like, that's weird. So I looked back and like, oh wow, I'm like 20 chapters behind, but I don't remember where I was.
So you just restarted the whole thing?
So I'll just restart it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But because it's pretty good.
I'll tell you what, Naruto ground to a halt for me.
Yeah,
I could probably pull up the exact chapter. It's fucking. I just don't care about like any of the characters we're following. So like, spoilers. The like the big war between the Kages, you know, the shadows and the Akatsuki, like has just it has just begun. This is like the final, presumably the final like 200 chapters is like the last arc.
Yeah.
And it'll be like the big battle. And I'm bored as fuck. I just can't. I don't give a fuck about any of these fucking other village leaders doing their they're just like, it's like introduction of characters I don't care about. All of the cool memorable ones I'm attached to are just like Konoha Shinobi and I don't give a fuck about these other people that you showed me like, you know, a little bit of in a little meeting about what to do about the bad guys, and now I'm supposed to like follow them around and enjoy this. Come on, man.
A lot of people, I think that was around the time when I was starting college, because I remember a lot of people
just like dropping like flies on that fucking show.
A lot of people that I met in college were like, oh, I love Naruto, and then like a couple months in, they're like, fucking Naruto, man, this is horrible.
Fucking Naruto,
I would imagine
man.
You're probably about that point.
God, I love it though, conceptually, and just like Naruto and like the characters I like is just godly, but I can't. Like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna finish it, but I'm on a big old hiatus.
Yeah,
I'm stuck in the middle of a chapter. I can pull it up right now.
Really?
Like, I can't get through there's like a page. I could like pinpoint the panel. I can't get through. It's like a nightmare. But fuck, man, I like passionately love Naruto, but I just can't. I just gotta get through it. I just gotta get through it. So I'm not a poser.
Yeah, I gotta. Well, I'm a big Naruto fan number one, apparently, because I keep getting followed by these Naruto RP accounts on Twitter.
Fucking hilarious. Do you know why? Do you have any idea?
No idea. I have absolutely no idea why it's happening.
And the accounts are just like, this is like Uchiha Sasuke.
Yeah.
Like, and he just tweets as if
the entire fucking Uchiha clan follows me at this point.
Oh my God, that's so fucking weird.
It was like three.
Do they interact with each other? They RP with each other?
I don't even look. I haven't even paid attention. I imagine they're all connected.
I imagine they found you from this podcast. Where else? What else do you put out there that would have this like nerd knowledge?
I may have retweeted something that, but I don't. Nothing's even really. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea what happened.
Well, Naruto role players, if you're listening, hello. I love your
dedication
to that thing. I'm having trouble with Naruto myself, but you know, I appreciate I appreciate their devotion and their Twitter accounts. I think that's great.
It was so weird.
Big ups to you, Twitterers.
I don't know. I followed the Sasuke one because I was like, oh, all right, fine, this is cute. And then like 2 others followed me. I don't know.
Like, oh no, what have I done?
What gate did I just unlock? What's happening?
That's amazing. Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should tweet.
When you're done, you should read One Piece.
That's another journey. But yeah, I actually really like it. So it probably wouldn't.
So good.
Does it have those big lulls?
No.
Or I guess Naruto has like one big lull, and it's just the ending.
Not
just
even
like
a little.
The last 200 fucking chapters are a slog. But yeah, I mean, if it never gets bad per se, then I could probably get into that. Because when I was digging Naruto, it was so great to just pull it out and like anywhere you could just read it and just enjoy a little snippet of adventure.
It was so good.
At any point in time, like every lunch I would do it.
The last 2 chapters have been a Luffy fight.
Yeah.
And like the guy's his parallel. Like he also is like kind of like a stretchy guy. He's made of mochi, which is a Japanese like pudding, rice pudding.
The reference is lost on us Westerners.
I never knew. I had to look it up. I didn't know what it was.
So Luffy is rubber and that guy's mochi?
Yeah, and they have similar properties.
Is mochi food?
Yeah.
So
the entire arc is villains.
Is Luffy gonna eat him?
He definitely ate one of the villains in this arc. Yeah,
hilarious.
This one guy is just like I forget what exactly happened, but Luffy inflated.
I am made of pies.
Yeah,
I am delicious and powerful. And then he got eaten.
Yeah. So like he has like a spear he hides inside his body.
What?
Because he's made of pudding, so he can just. So he just like threw it out and fucking put a hole through Luffy. It was sick.
That is sick. Does he ever get pierced?
He has never been hurt to that level where he's like actually like he has a thing.
Was he bleeding? Does he have blood?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was like so one of his superpower, like his abilities is so he has all these different things called the gears. So gear second, gear third, gear fourth. I thought it was a translation error, but that's actually what they're called.
So like a car?
Yeah. So gear second is he kind of like crouches, like goes like a wide stance, and he pumps his legs, and he generates kinetic energy and moves his blood real fast. So he while standing still is like moving like an engine. So he's moving really really fast. So he can he starts like steaming and stuff, and like that allows him to he basically has like a bunch of kinetic energy just stored up.
Yeah.
And
so
he can like start
super punches.
So he runs real fast. He can punch real fast and like punch real hard and stuff. So
bam.
But yeah, so he can't do that right now because there's a fucking hole in him. So if he did that, his blood would just start gushing out of him, stuff like that. So.
Oh, is the hole?
There's literally a hole in him.
Oh, in the current.
Right
where
now,
we are.
Literally right this second, there's a hole in Luffy's like left side.
Wow.
He could not enter gear second because blood would just gush out.
And he can't get into third and fourth without going into second.
He has to go second, third, fourth. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
oh man.
So he literally cannot do this right now.
I do love me some obstacles for our heroes to overcome.
And then there's a character who is like throwing like blow darts at Luffy. Right now, Luffy's trying to learn how to see the future. Basically, there's a because the figure you gave me, the reason his arm is black, that's hockey. There's it's a version of it that's in enforcement hockey, reinforcement hockey, something like that. I forget what it is. Basically, it means like he can. It makes him stronger if it hit like that.
Does it make it hard?
Yeah. So like, there's a thing called logias in this world where they're like. So he's a paramecia fruit. So like his body has the properties of like rubber, but a logia you become that element. So
like the mochi guy.
Yeah. Oh, actually, the mochi guy's a special logia. He's a special paramecia. So he's close, but he's not exactly. His brother was made of fire.
Yeah.
So his brother's fire. So but you can't if he's like conscious, even though it's like paying attention, you can't hit him because he's fire. So you just go through him. But with hockey, you can hit them.
But if he's not paying attention, you can hit him. How does that work?
You have to kind of turn it on.
Oh. Okay.
So like if you're in battle, it's always on.
Yeah.
But if you're just like if we were just like talking like this and someone came behind you and punched you would
die instead of being on fire.
Yeah. So but like he's paying like so he's just like so like you can't hit so all punches go through him, but like hockey allows you to hit the actual self.
Yes.
So like you could be
he punches you right in the soul. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Like if you were like the one guy's made of sand, so he'll create a sandstorm basically.
Yeah.
But like if you just punch a part of it, it'll hit what that part is on his body.
Oh, in his real body.
In his real body. So if he like extended, but his arm is like over here, and I punch that, it would hit your actual arm, even though the body is here.
Yeah.
So like you can do stuff like that with it. There's another one called observation hockey, which allows you to like it's kind of like Nen Sense. Remember that?
Yeah. You could every fucking manga has that. Like if there's some magical, if there's a mana pool you have, you have an ability to sense that. There are people who specialize in sensing it. Like that's who this guy is fighting right now. The guy's observation hockey is so good, he sees the future basically. He can see a couple seconds ahead. Divination.
And now Luffy's like, I could try that.
I'll learn that.
Let me see if I can figure that because he literally can't beat this guy until he figures out something about that.
Yeah.
And then the other one's Conqueror's hockey, which is kind of just like you kind of just shout and everyone who's like weak-willed just literally passes out. And it's
That's cool.
It's incredibly rare. Only a few people have it. Luffy is one of them.
He can shout to the weak-willed, and they
or like he like if he talks like with like passion, like I don't think he knows how to. I forget if he directly knows how to like completely control it.
Yeah.
But he like in the big battle they have, he like yells at someone, and a bunch of like the grunts like pass out. Like Jesus Christ, this kid has no idea what he's doing, but he just did something really impressive.
Yeah.
It's probably something to do with the D in his name. That's not something you don't like given that, like it's part of like a thing that we don't know what it is yet.
And Luffy knows, but he's not telling.
No one knows what it is.
And he doesn't know.
No.
Oh.
The D is like a concept in this world of like it's probably going like there's a group that's like I forget what their name is, but they're like the upper tier of the government, and they're considered like better than everyone else. And it is thought that the D is going to like Gold D Roger, the guy who has made One Piece. He was of the D.
Oh.
So it's thought that these people are going to tear down the government.
Yes.
Because like they're kind of like the angels, and the D is thought to be like the devil or the demon power. Like that's what the fans think.
Yeah.
We've never had it like defined.
And so the governmental top organization.
They're
is
terrified
the angels,
of it.
You said.
Yeah, and they're terrified of it.
Got it.
So it's probably the reason he can use it is because he's part of this like clan thing.
Yes.
That he's not aware of.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
But right now, so yeah, he's learning to make his observation hockey really good.
That's cool.
And so there's a woman that was like, she's like really into the guy he's fighting. She's like, it's all one big family. But she's like, oh, I want to impress him because he's the best fighter. I want to like be his sidekick and stuff like that. So she was trying to help him and like throw like a sleep dart, and he went to dodge. He had to pay attention to that and not him, and like had to dodge it. And he noticed the villain noticed that, yelled at her. He has like a really fucked up face. Like his jaw goes from like his ears to his mouth, and
what the fuck?
Yeah, he's like, but he always hides it. No one knows that he's ever done that. So he took that off, like embarrassed himself, and he's like he brought himself to like Luffy's level, and he was like, "No, fuck you, get the fuck out of here. We're fighting. You shouldn't be interrupting this." He like reveals that he's like this grotesque monster, so she shouldn't be interested in him. Shouldn't like look up to him.
Yeah.
Then stabbed himself.
What the fuck?
And he's like, no, Luffy, we're going to have a fair fight. Fuck this. You took this damage because she fucking interfered.
Oh, wow.
I'll also take this damage.
Wow.
It's fucking so cool.
Love me some honor in my manga.
I was like, people, a lot of fans are like, oh, Dogtooth's the best. He's so cool. And then I watched, I was like, yeah, no, he's the fucking best villain in this whole thing. He's so cool.
What a cool guy. Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, it was so cool. Because Luffy's getting like the shit kicked out, so he's all like losing.
Nobly motivated villains.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's the best. When they have a better motivation than the heroes, you know you've got a pretty good piece of fiction on your hands.
Like that's why I kind of hate Sephiroth so much.
Is he just a douche bugoo?
He's just like fuck people.
That's a great motive. What are you talking about? That's the perfect motivation to do anything.
It's so dumb. He's like,
well, does he have good reason to hate people?
Well, so his motive is like, well, no, it's not really. His motive is like, oh, my mother is she's Genova, which are the first people that own this planet. Therefore, I should own this planet. That's his motivation.
Okay,
that's the extent of it.
All right.
Where it's like Kefka's like, I'm gonna take over this government, become god. Thoughts? All right, cool.
I'm in.
And like Kefka's awesome.
I'm ready.
So he'll like at one point he like poisons a whole like camp, like a military camp.
Wait, and Kefka was from
6. The clown.
Got it. Oh yes.
And so he's like, what was he, an advisor or something to the king? Something to that effect. And but he's like, no, you know what? I have a pretty good spot right now. I can take over the entire world.
I got a good shot at this. I'm gonna go for it.
I can take over this government, and then there's like a concept. So Tara, the main character, even though she's barely in it, which is weird that she's like labeled as the main character. She's barely in it. She's like part summon. So like she has like superpowers. She's like a Super Saiyan state she can enter as well.
Fuck yeah.
And so. But they like lock those people, like the espers, away, like they're in a separate dimension or something. Like there's a clear like threshold that you cross, and Kafka's like, I'll hit that up. I'll become God. Let's do that.
See what's in there. Yeah,
we'll tame this shit.
That's
become
dope.
God. So he's a cool dude. I like Kafka a lot. Except for like, even though he's built up a lot, I think he's always kind of lame.
Yeah, people like him. I think just because he looks cool.
He looks cool.
His sword is really.
And his song's really good, but like
his song is really good.
But other than that, I don't think he's that great.
Yeah, I could see that. They give him they really build him up as a badass, like in that flashback you do with him and stuff. Like
he like walks past the fire.
Yeah,
and stuff.
he's just a fucking. They just sort of make him out to be quite the G.
Yeah, it's
all the character. There's a really good character design in 7.
Yeah, it's Nomura.
Everyone's really memorable.
That's before belts and zippers.
Belts and zipper. Boy, they took over, huh?
Sure did. Nomura's lost his mind.
That's insane. I mean, 8 really was the belts. Squall was like got Squall 4 belts on,
he
right?
Has, 2 or at least 2.
Yeah.
And then Lulu is the big meme. Her dress is belts.
I went to a New Year's party that was Mad Max themed.
Okay.
Nobody dressed to the fucking theme, okay?
Wow.
First of all, I was pissed, but I did. Me and like 3 other people. It was great. But my basic costume was like kind of ratty clothes and belts. It was great. It was just like wearing belts across my chest and on my
have like bandages and stuff.
Yeah, it was great. It was really cool. It's a fun theme for a party, but like I guess the word didn't get out because it was like me and like 3 other theater people
one ever
like
really
dressed down up.
The fact that you were going to a theater party,
it wasn't really a theater party. It was like
okay.
one of them was like a theater person, and he like invited all his friends and stuff. But
okay.
It was just like.
I had assumed when you were like, oh, we're going to this thing. I was like, oh, okay. Like that's the first time I've heard of like a themed party that would work.
Yeah.
Oh, it's theater people. They're gonna dress up.
Honestly, yeah, it's a great crowd for that.
But I'm surprised.
That's a great theme. It went a little wasted. I gotta say.
I'm not surprised no one did anything. Because
right. It's a kind of a difficult because it's like who's got all that leather lying around? Not me. I went to the thrift store and I bought some fucking leather belts.
Who just even has the time to be like, oh, I'll put this together.
Yeah, I mean, we did it. I think like the day of.
Yeah, exactly.
And I got the boots I'm wearing.
Oh,
came from that excursion, so I got them really dirty. And I was like, Mad Max. I wasn't Mad Max. I looked more like one of the bandits.
Okay.
One of those fellers.
That's far more interesting.
Yeah, because I mean, Mad Max was just wearing like
just a leather
full
jacket.
leather and like leather pants and a leather jacket and a double barrel. It's like, okay, Mad Max. Whatever. But yeah, I mean, there's like assless chaps bandits and like mohawk bandits. I mean, like if you really want to go in, you got to fucking shave your head or something. If you want to really dress to the nines at a Mad Max themed party, you got to do some crazy shit.
Yeah, because it's...
And I went pretty conservatively, but I was like, oh man, I'd be so underdressed. I can't... But like, no, I'm in the theme. And it's like, fuck, I'm glad I went a little conservatively.
Yeah. Yeah, that theme is difficult as a time of New Year's up here.
Oh my God, it's fucking freezing. I was so cold. I had a tank top and belts on. I was dying.
Like the reason they're all fucking bald and barely wearing clothes is because they're in the fucking desert. Mm-hmm. Like it's kind of difficult.
Yeah, it wasn't the time for that theme. It wasn't. It wasn't the season for the Mad Max theme.
Like that's a good like middle of the summer party.
Yeah, that'd be great. Like an outdoor party.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It'd be super fun.
I don't know if there's a giant like desert somewhere around here. But.
No, definitely not. But you could just like burn an oil drum in the backyard and like fucking go crazy and eat dog food and huff inhalants and what have you.
I haven't watched those originals in a long time.
I haven't watched any of them. I tried to watch the first one, but it's like super boring. It's just like a cop in Australia, just like doing regular. It's like not even post-apocalypse yet.
It's not really clear yet.
I think the second one, or maybe it gets to that point at the end of that one. But I know the second one is post-apocalypse. Yeah, Road Warrior.
That's the one everyone talks about. The Road Warrior and Thunderdome are the two big ones.
Right. The first one though, I don't understand. Like it's just like pre-apocalypse. I don't really know. He's got like a regular house. He's like a cop. It's like a regular deal.
It's weird. Yeah.
It's bizarre.
Well, because like the fuck's his name? The guy who makes those.
Mel Gibson.
No, the guy who makes them.
I have
the director.
No idea.
I forget his George.
Oh, I
something.
thought he directed them.
No, it's a different.
I remember when I was.
Fun fact: the guy who did Happy Feet is the guy who does Mad Max.
Wow.
Yeah, the reason Mad Max Fury Road.
What a versatile.
Yeah, the reason there's such a gap between the Thunderdome and Fury Road is because he got the green light to do Happy Feet 1 and 2.
He's like, yes, my true passion. Finally, this stupid money project, Mad Max, is out of the way. So I can do my Dancing Penguins film.
So he held production off on Fury Road.
I'm maxing out the sound in that bad boy.
And that's why Fury Road has such good physical stunts, is because they had years and years and years to practice them.
Yeah. They must have been rehearsing the shit out of that.
So they were down in Australia rehearsing, and then they go, hold, Happy Feet time. And they went off to Happy Feet, and they're like, well.
That's the best thing I've ever heard. I remember when I watched the first one, I made fun of Mel Gibson's Australian accent because I thought he wasn't Australian.
No, he's Australian.
And someo's like, he is. And I was like, I'm going to turn this off. I'm an idiot. And so I didn't finish the first Mad Max.
Yeah, he's Australian. That whole thing is like
egg on old Mike's face. Ooh, yeah.
They're all. It's like a super Australian made by Australian movie. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's great. What did they have like a version of Hollywood over there? How do they get movies produced? They just pitch it over here.
I think so.
They're like, we're gonna film it here, we're gonna edit it here, we're gonna make it here, but y'all give us some money.
Yeah, I don't know the distribution of Australia actually. No, you say that. It must be kind of.
The only other distribution thing I know of is Bollywood, right?
China does stuff.
Okay, I don't know.
And then there's stuff in Europe.
I mean, I imagine there's things elsewhere, but it's just like art house movie stuff, right? I don't know. Do they have like they don't have like the big blockbusters that we do?
Yeah, no,
they're not putting that stuff out.
Well, no, yeah, because in China does, but in Korea does as well.
I thought China took our blockbusters. I thought like Transformers was fucking popping over there. Like
what it is they are allowed to take, I want to say, 3 a year, but
what
if you if you put it in China or have a Chinese character, it becomes a local film, and then counts, and you can put it over there. That's why Pacific Rim has an entire Chinese team, and one of the actresses is Chinese.
Wow.
Because now it becomes a Chinese film, and you can put it over.
It's got to be like a Chinese person with lines, presumably.
Yep. Or it takes place in China. Some of those, I forget which one I was watching, but it was one of those action movies had a scene where they just went to China.
Just cause.
So
they can put it in China.
And now it becomes a Chinese movie.
I mean, you can make a fuck ton of money. There's so many people.
Oh, yeah, that's why they do it.
And if you have like a visually stunning movie, man, they eat that shit up. Dude,
I was really considering, when I first saw Last Jedi, I was like, is Rose Chinese? Is that the only reason she's here? She's actually Vietnamese, so I don't think that was the case.
Rose's sister, best character. Spoilers, she died, but man, was she the coolest. She can breathe in space.
I think she had the Force.
Everyone gets hype about that, but why not shields? All the ships had shields.
I don't know. It's just
everyone's like, oh, she can breathe in space.
Well, you wouldn't have a shield up if you're dropping bombs out of it.
Maybe it's just a one-way shield.
Maybe I'm just making up how shields work. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, they're fucking laser shields, so no, Tom, that's not how they work. They work however it makes sense in the fucking movie.
The real problem there is bombs wouldn't just fall because there's no gravity in space.
That is the real. Well, maybe. Okay, no. There's a little pusher. There's a little pusher in the. I don't know.
Realistically, it's probably the ship is so big. There's probably a gravitational force on the ship because of the dreadnoughts.
Oh yeah, the dreadnoughts are huge, but it wouldn't be enough to. Pull all those out
bombs
really fast, like at the rate of like an Earth pulling down.
And like, there's no reason that bombers should move that slow because it's space.
Because it's space.
So like, it was filmed like an Earth like flight scene, but like, it doesn't make any sense when it's put in space.
Yeah, you're kind of right. I don't know why they're slow. Doesn't make a lick of sense because
the movie's kind of a nightmare. Like, people bitch about like, oh, the Force and this, but like, even just small stuff like space doesn't work correct like you think it does, and like, I don't understand. Like, the whole thing is kind of just a side quest to the main thing. Like, it was literally watching that movie is like playing an RPG, and they're like, oh, the fucking, like in Final Fantasy VII, they're like, oh, the meteor's coming. You see it in the sky. You're like, I'm gonna go race chocobos instead. Yep. And that was
there was literally a golden saucer offshoot, and I was like, wow,
like that. Like, this whole thing is like a slow speed
played like
chase.
A TV show or something. Like, it was like episodic. It was so weird.
It was like this slow speed chase. This real big bad's happening, but it's like, we're gonna go fuck off, and like every other character went off and did other.
Well, I mean, they honestly fucked off for like we gotta. They gave it like plot justification, whatever the fuck it was, but nobody fucking remembers what the fuck the reason was. I mean,
they were all side quests.
Stupid.
Their objective was to take care of the big bad. I don't know. I really think they should stop making Star Wars movies and make a Star Wars TV show, because they clearly want to.
I think they do. Want that.
The Last Jedi would have been better had it been broken up into a TV show, as opposed to trying to compress it to 2.5 hours.
I don't know what I want from Star Wars anymore.
I don't want anything.
We're not going to get the 70s awesome shit that we had.
Over with?
I think over with is great. We should make new movies. We should make new space operas, because space operas are cool. I like shit going on in space.
They're not making space operas anymore, though.
No, they're fucking not. They're not making a damn thing.
They're making space Marvel movies.
They're just fucking remaking everything. They're taking every intellectual property. They're going to run every motherfucking one through the Hollywood gauntlet. And then they're going to be like, well, maybe it's time to think of new things. But they have to run through everything.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or they'll keep running. They'll just keep recycling until... Like, someone has to make a better decision up top, because it's just I can't do remakes and sequels anymore.
But no one likes original stuff that much.
No, I guess not. I guess everyone fucking hates it. Like, it's such a risk. It's a business decision to not do it.
It's a miracle we're getting a Pacific Rim 2.
Did it not do well?
No, it only did well in China.
Well, that's why we have a Pacific Rim 2, because money is to be made somewhere.
Right, yeah.
If they can make money, they will make the movie. But if they can't, they won't, unless it's like an art house film with a budget of $1. And then maybe, it'll be good. But you can't have you can't have a movie with cool special effects that has any heart. No. If it has special effects, it's going to be a piece of shit, because it's so expensive. And then 400 producers are going to get up in there and be like, this isn't going to sell well. We took a poll, and don't like these plot points. All the test audiences thought the sad ending was sad. So we're going to do 4 weddings at the end instead.
Focus testing is the only reason Final Fantasy 12 is the way it is.
And Metal Gear Solid 2, you play as Raiden because a little girl told Kojima that Snake was ugly and old, and he's like, and like the whole team got depressed over it. Like, what the fuck, man? Yeah. This one little girl, you fuck.
I don't know who.
Have some integrity, you piece of shit. You make awesome games. Yeah. Fuck, man. He's so much better than that. We don't need this. I mean, Raiden turned out pretty cool. Like Raiden a cyborg ninja. Cool, That's awesome.
Well, they definitely fixed the whole situation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You Kojima, you took it. You fucking ran with your cute little girl boy, but man, was that a fucking stupid motivation to put your little girl boy in there.
I don't know the direct motivation for Vaughn and Penelope to be in Final Fantasy.
Who is that?
The
chicks, yeah.
The Vaughn's and dude.
Vaughn's and dude, they're just fucking
like it's
effeminate pretty boys that like all the Japanese girls are gonna love.
That's why they did, I think, for the Japanese Japanese female audience.
The Japanese female audience has a very specific taste, and they will get it.
Oh, they will get it.
They will give you their fucking money.
Oh, they will.
so they're gonna get it.
I forget.
Producers are hot. They're very honed in onto what the chicks are into.
I mean, it's a big market. It's great. Like,
yeah, dude, young ladies.
Yeah,
with income. I mean, hey, just fucking cash in on it.
I mean, it's kind of weird too, because like, that's even kind of what like the fucking like the anime and manga. It's cute girls just doing cute things. I think like the higher
slice life.
Yeah, like that.
Good shit.
I don't know specifically,
watch that
but like
shit all day.
At least maybe like 5 to 10 years ago, I'd looked the stat up. The primary person in like ingesting that was like Japanese businessmen, like salarymen.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
they're just like, man,
I just want to watch romance.
They want a change of.
The reason everything takes place in high school is because a lot of Japanese people look back at that fondly. That time of their life.
That's so sad.
Yeah, so a lot of
because you get in the job market, and it's just like oppressive.
So that's why a lot of Japanese media takes place in high schools, because they look back on it so fondly.
Yeah, and there's so much. Yeah, man, that's a bummer.
Which is weird, because like every Japanese thing is like, gotta take my tests and do my things and be the person.
Right. It's about like setting yourself up for success in like your job life or whatever. But like everyone realizes it's like dicks over there. It's fucking.
So I think they all look back at it so fondly.
Their suicide rates are crazy,
insanely high.
It's way bad. And like their dudes some of them are just like shutting in. You know, they've got the problem with like their like lower their fertility is low because dudes are shutting in. They just can't.
or whatever that.
I don't know what it's called, but it's just the phenomenon of men locking themselves away.
Yeah, there's
like, I give up. This is fucking stupid.
There's a lot of
and I get it. You know,
various media that's like pro like fucking.
Pro fucking
like that, like there's an
like
anime.
hentai.
No, like,
I know, Tom.
Hentai
is like the anti-fucking. That's like pro masturbation.
There's an anime right now where it's like a guy taking care of a bunch of babies.
Oh my god,
it's really cute.
I thought it was gonna be like that. It sounds adorable, but I was thinking it was gonna be like themes of human extinction and like we need to breed to keep the tribe alive. Like just like. No, it should be like a couple of Japanese people in the post-apocalypse, like very prideful Japanese people trying to keep the population alive for Japan. That would be hilarious. Like just like a straight propaganda. Like
I follow a Twitter that basically just showcases Japanese mascot people, because it's a big thing over there, dressing in a mascot costume and doing stuff. And there's a
Wait, can you hold on to this thought, because I just had a great idea for an anime. Okay, post-apocalypse. Only people who lived were otakus because they were inside. Okay. And now it's otakus wandering the wasteland looking for girls to mate with, but they can't talk to them because they're so socially awkward. And when they find one, it's like, oh, holy shit. And they're just fumbling and spaghetti is flying out of their pockets. And then at the end, they just go back in their rooms. You know? It's just like,
is it a comedy?
I don't know what it is, man. It's like, it's a wild breeding adventure. I don't know. It's an action adventure of trying to talk to girls.
That is so fucking self-inserting. God.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! Yeah. It would be because they wouldn't breed with the girls. That would be the joke, is they can't figure it out. Yeah. They're like so neat, and they haven't left their. Because the only reason they live through it is because they don't leave their room. So they finally get outside, and they're like, they find a female, and they're like trying to talk to her, but
why did they survive?
The girl. Oh, I guess there has to be like neat girls. Oh, maybe it's about like a tribe of girls and a tribe of guys trying to figure out social interaction between themselves. And then it's like a tutorial for the Japanese shut-ins to like, this is how you talk.
There's a manga
ladies.
That's a tutorial. Basically, it's like it's cute girls doing weightlifting, and it's a detailed tutorial on like being a fit motherfucker.
That's motherfucking crazy. Yeah. Wait, what were you saying about mascots?
Oh, so Japanese people have like thousands and thousands of people in mascot costumes, and there is a rise of them on this Twitter account, at least, of like pro-sex mascots. Like one is like a condom. He's like I forget what it was, but I retweet them every time I see those, some of the funny ones. But like there were a couple for like one day where they were posting these like pro-sex ones of like, fuck, go ahead and fuck.
Do some fucking. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, they need them babies.
They need them babies to keep the workforce alive.
It's just, I love Japan so much, but it does seem like it's real tough on the people our age.
I want someone to think about me the way Japanese game developers think about America. You know,
I
just want someone to idolize me that much.
Oh my God,
to think I'm so tactical.
Can you? Can you please play Vanquish?
Oh yeah, I have to, right?
It's the best. if you like Japanese interpretations of American life,
love it.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best.
Oh man.
They bring up DARPA. I have never heard of DARPA in my life in this country.
Apparently they think DARPA is like an everyday part of our lives over
I
here.
love DARPA. You work for DARPA, you have this fucking cool robot suit.
The DARPA chief.
Your name's Sam.
Sam.
You work with the Marines.
Oh my god.
It's so
That's
fucking
perfect,
great.
dude. Goddamn DARPA. What is DARPA again?
It's basically, I forget what it stands for.
The
but
nuclear pool of something?
No, they like do R&D for the military, basically.
Oh, okay.
Long and short of it.
It's so weird that's the... I guess because they'd have the cool tech
They'd have
or
the cool
something.
tech. Yeah. Like if you look, I was like literally like, is DARPA even real? Like when I had played Vanquish, I looked it up, and like they have a ton of stuff they've invented and like have done. And you're like, oh, okay, so there's the people that put this shit together.
Yeah.
But they're not to the level that Japan thinks they are, where it's like, oh yeah, they make fucking
dominate
these crazy suits and nanomachines and
nanomachines and body armor that's lightweight or whatever. I don't know what the fuck they think they're doing.
But Vanquish is also that wonderful like what Japan, like a Japanese American story.
Yeah.
It's the best thing in the world.
It's the best thing in the world.
It starts with like I also really like I don't know why, but they like the idea of like microwaving things. Not for food, like as a weapon.
Oh.
Like in Metal Gear Solid 4, there's a huge thing where you basically crawl through a microwave.
There's a weapon like that in New Vegas.
Is there?
I want to say there's a microwave gun or something.
Yes, that's how Vanquish
Fallout
opens.
3. I thought there's a Fallout weapon where it's like you're shooting fucking
because like
waves.
there's like a
Shooting
giant
waves.
space station thing, and then they can turn it into a big microwave nuke, and they liquefy fucking San Francisco.
Like an orbiting satellite.
Yeah, that's what the game takes place on. It's like this giant space station orbiting thing. Yeah, there's a section.
What year is it in the game? Like far future.
It's like, it's pretty far ahead.
Yeah.
But there's a part of it where you're running through a rotating fucking room, and like gravity's shifting, and you can like dash up because you have like the dash, you can like dash like basically up a half pipe, and you're up on the ceiling, but really then it changes.
Like
and
that Inception scene or whatever.
It's fucking really cool. That game is really fucking cool. We need a second Vanquish.
Damn.
We need a second.
When did it come out?
2006, 7.
Okay, so
really
it's a
old.
PS2 game?
No, it's PS3, Xbox 360.
Okay.
It was
no
right
PC,
around.
no PC
There's a
port?
PC port. That's how I played it.
Perfect. Okay, so is it on Steam?
Yeah.
Alrighty, and it's got to be cheap now.
I got it for $10.
All right, so I'll look.
But
for
I think it was around Christmas time, so maybe in the Christmas sale. But
I'm a poor motherfucker.
It's really. We need a second one so bad. It's cool.
Yeah, we do.
It's just.
We just need more Japanese interpretations.
I
of
love
America.
it so much.
That's all we really.
That's all I really want.
I just want to be tactical.
Like I want to jump more into Resident Evil.
Yeah, because that's a solid
same thing.
Japanese interpretation.
It's the same thing, yeah. Because they it's a lot more grounded in like actual American reality.
Yeah, because they're like
less
cops,
fun.
and it's kind of gritty. It's kind of.
But that's what I found out. The Resident Evil and Devil May Cry are in English over there because they're Americans, so they speak English.
They just that shit wouldn't fly in America.
No,
we'd be like, fuck this Japanese talk.
There's not really a lot of Western things that are like, oh, this is a Japanese character, but the Japanese have like, oh, this is an American character.
Yeah,
like it's weird. It's not as common.
I feel like we should give them some more props, dude. We should put them in more of our media because the Japanese are pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, they are really cool.
Katanas,
like Neo,
superior Nippon steel folded over 1,000 times, my dude.
Like the game Neo is about the first
Neo?
Western.
What is that?
It's the Samurai Dark Souls.
Oh, yes, I want to play that.
That's on PS4.
So many games I want to play.
But it's about the first PS4. Western samurai.
Do you have it?
No, I don't.
Okay. Oh, you know what? Someone bought it that I knew. It wasn't you though. Okay, whatever.
But it's about the first Western samurai.
Nice.
So you play as a Geralt.
Is it the Wild? Is it the Wild West?
No, it's in Japan.
You're a Western.
You're a Westerner.
Fuck! I thought it was.
Came over and became a samurai.
I thought it was an Eastern samurai in the West.
No,
it's the other way.
You're like this blonde dude.
Yep.
And then
that's fucking cool.
You meet the really famous black samurai.
That's also fucking. I don't know who that is, but I didn't even know that's a case.
There's a guy who ended up. I don't remember his name, but like if you look it up, there's an African. I don't think he's American, so I forget where he came from. But he's like an African samurai. And he was like, they like loved him. Like he worked under someone really popular, and then he learned how to become a samurai, and then like all this other stuff. There's like lore about him where he had like a bear companion or something. Like he's pretty cool, but he's in that game as well. It might be a DLC section, but there's a part where he's in it as well.
I do love that like mythology history combo thing in games.
He was like an assist. I want to say he was like an apprentice to a really famous guy or something.
It's kind of rare to see like a straight history game. They almost always, if it's like that far back, they always throw in a little mythology.
Oh no, there's a lot of demons and shit.
You just want magic and stuff.
Yeah, there's demons and stuff in there. Like it's still like Dark Souls, but to its core.
But you know, there's no like straight You know the game we were talking about?
Oh, yeah,
the super cool game we could make?
Yeah.
Which is just straight, like, play of history.
Yeah.
Like, no one really does that. No one plays it straight. They always have to add, like, a dragon or some shit.
But it's so much more interesting with, like, fantasy stuff.
Absolutely it is. And I see why they don't do it. But fuck, man.
Like, the cool thing I like about The Witcher...
I'm just interested that they never did that. Maybe they did, I just don't know it.
The Witcher series is so cool is because it's basically just Poland, but where all their mythos and lore is real.
Yeah.
So it's
that's fucking awesome.
Like, it's just cool.
They should do a game in ancient Greece, but for once they don't have the gods show up.
Oh, right.
Because fucking every time, man.
Yeah, it's like
you can't. Yeah, any name a fucking game that takes place, and like there's probably like a gladiator game that doesn't happen.
Rise, I don't think did that. Have
I've only played a little bit of it, but I'm positive there's gonna be some fucking gods popping out of the woodwork. I'm positive.
Maybe that's Rome.
It's Rome, but I'm absolutely certain there's some fucking paranormal shit going on.
Because it seemed like it was very grounded.
Yeah, no, I thought so, but I'm pretty sure I've only played like very, very little of it. But like a statue was bleeding out of its eyes or something.
Okay,
I saw some shit like that.
That's some clues.
There's some clues. There's some hints. Some hot takes. What is a hot take? Why is everyone saying that?
I don't know. People just say things nowadays. I don't get it.
People just say things, dude. The memes are out of control. If you think something, because I think hot take sounds cool and like funny. Yeah. So like I will repeat that.
I think that's why people say it.
But it doesn't like mean anything. Well, people just love the memeing. They just love memeing.
What I think it's supposed to be is like, at least the way I've seen it used, the way I've used it.
It's like a fresh idea, a hot take.
Yeah, you're like, here's a dramatic take on this whole thing. Where it's like, I'm gonna be really crazy, then you say something completely benign. Yeah. Like the one time I used it, I was like, here's a hot take. Black Mirror is really good. Like everyone says that.
Because it's not a hot take. Yeah, I thought. Yeah. Black Mirror is really good. Have you seen the latest season?
No, I'm halfway through season 3.
Yeah, I'm just like starting over because I think I watched the first 2 seasons. I'm just gonna start from the beginning.
Okay.
And I just started from the beginning, and I fucking love that first episode. I tell you what,
that show's real good.
I tell you what, I feel like it's very different from the rest of the show.
Vastly
it's very
different.
much
like
not
it almost
a good intro.
Seems like I want to say the second episode was either written or produced first.
That makes sense.
And then they changed the order. I want to say I read that somewhere.
Makes a lot more sense.
Because that one I feel like has a better like understanding of what the general tone of the show is.
What a fucking way to come out of the gate. What were they thinking? But man, they didn't work out.
He literally sold me on the show.
For sure, dude. Spoilers. He really fucked the pig. What the fuck?
Yeah, they're
it's just funny. I mean, obviously that wouldn't happen. They would let that girl die for sure.
Oh yeah.
But like, wow, man, he fucked a pig.
Great ending too.
Great ending, and she was fine.
She was fine. The guy's
all covered in saliva. Yeah. He's like puking for hours.
It's nuts.
And she's like, the girl who's like his like helper lady was like, he doesn't need to know that he didn't need to do this. And it's like, good work, you saved her. And
it's a great episode.
And then like his fucking ratings popped up, and I was like, what
the second one's great.
What's the second one again?
The one with the guy from Get Out about with the wheel.
Yes.
Thing.
Oh my god.
What a phenomenal structured episode.
Fun. Oh
no
my god.
one speaks for 20 minutes.
It stresses me out. That episode, man. It's like
so good.
Oppressive reality.
No one speaks for 20 minutes. They spend that first 20 minutes to really fucking beat you over the head.
Silence is so underrated.
So good.
In every medium. Did you see Moana?
Yeah.
They were so scared to lose your attention.
There's not a moment of silence.
They were terrified. You would look away from the screen. They were shitting themselves that you might avert your gaze for a goddamn second. If there wasn't a joke happening, there was one on the horizon. Like it was like, holy shit, slow it down, Moana. I don't need all this. Like it had my favorite scene is when Moana's a baby and she's like playing in the water.
Yeah.
And like the water just like starts doing magical shit, and she starts like walking out of the ocean.
Yeah.
And like no one's talking. It's just like so visually like interesting, and I'm just like, wow, what? And then like someone like calls around. I'm like, no, go back, you fuck. Like do the interesting, do the visually interesting, like slow paced thing. Like, oh my god, it comes out running. It just doesn't stop. It's
but especially for that, kids don't want that.
No, certainly not. It's certainly a kids' film, and it was. Because it's calculated as fuck. It's a hard calculated film.
As a youth, I remember watching The Snowman, that British short film.
Yeah.
And not getting it. I was like, this is boring. I don't like this.
It's boring, yeah.
Because no one talks. There's literally no talking.
Yeah, just...
maybe at the very end, but yeah, like no one... It's like, so I can think that's why. Because I wouldn't, as a kid, be like, oh, I need noise. But like as an adult now, I want way more silence.
Just quiet down.
Yeah. Like I really like silent film because it's just like, oh, they have to do more.
You have to work harder to get your message across if you can't use words, which I think is so interesting.
Have you watched any of the ones I've been telling you to watch?
I don't think so. What are you telling me to
watch? Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, Nosferatu, or Metropolis?
Oh, I've seen Caligari before.
Okay,
I haven't. I want to see Metropolis and Nosferatu.
Nosferatu is 100% on YouTube.
Oh, for sure.
100%, yeah. Nice. That's where I watch it. I pretty much watch Nosferatu once a year.
Metropolis was on Netflix. I don't know if about any more, but it was for sure. Dude, Dr. Caligari, though.
It's a good movie.
It's a fucking crazy movie.
It's a great movie.
Apparently, people were like stressed that like people, or no, maybe it wasn't that movie. There was whatever movie had the first like, because originally it was like a play. Like if they didn't show the character going through the door, people were like terrified the audience wouldn't get.
Oh right.
Like where we were when they cut to the next shot. And the first movie that like just like we'll just cut to the next. They get it. They're like they're not stupid. We'll just go to the next thing. And then like people were like, I don't know if they're gonna get it, but like now it would be absolutely absurd to show everything as if it were a play.
No, it's super interesting to have, especially those two movies, Nosferatu and Caligari, are so interesting because they have you could make those today, shot for shot, and it would make sense. Mm-hmm. And then, but like they didn't have any history. Like, sometimes I watch Nosferatu, I'm like, motherfucker, how did you know to do that?
Motherfucker.
Like, how did you know to frame it this way? How did you know? What gave you, like, you had no evidence that this is like, this works.
What, they must have had, like, just general artists on the team. Like, because a painter understands framing, or a photographer, they just had to have, like, I don't even know, like, someone who's just, like, an artist. Yeah. Like, a sort of a poly artist.
Like, one of the coolest things about Nosferatu is when he's going to, Ulbrich, I think is his name is, the vampire. He's going to his manor. They have a carriage.
Wait, who's Nosferatu? What is
Nosferatu is the vampire.
Oh.
Nosferatu means like rat something in German. A rat monster or something.
Yeah, because he's nasty looking.
Yeah, there's no bats, it's rats.
Oh.
In Nosferatu.
Oh wait, have you seen or have you played Vampire Masquerade?
No.
There's like different vampire clans, and one of them is the Nosferatu clan, and you look like him. You're like a nasty, on all fours, like kind of primal vampire. It's really cool.
That is awesome.
There's like Hollywood fancy vampires that are like super charismatic. There's like the Artie clan, the sort of like more like forest animal vampires. It's weird. It's kind of cool. You should look into the lore because it's really cool. Awesome. Yeah.
The vampires in the Witcher series, there's a lot of like that where it's like this one's more basically this is more of an animal. Yeah. This one's more of a person. This one can like, it's like they have like there's like 4 or 5 different versions of vampire in that series. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
And so the Nosferatu are like stealth guys. They're like they live. They can't go outside because they can't blend in at all because they look so grotesque. So they're just like they like live in the sewers.
Do you get to pick as one of those?
Yeah, you get to pick. You can play as any of them. Yeah.
Oh, really?
But if you're like a Nosferatu, there's like I guess it's like super hard. You can't like go outside. But you're extremely good at stealth, and like that clan is like that's where you go for information. They're the intrigue people. They're just like the fucking spies of the vampire.
So cool.
It's real fucking cool. I never really like played the game, but like I've read about it, and it's
tabletop originally.
I have no idea. That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Tabletop. It's either tabletop or a book series.
Apparently that video game is pretty good.
Apparently that video game is amazing.
Yeah.
The Masquerade Balls, or Blood Masquerade, or whatever it's called.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Bloodlines, what it's called.
Colon Bloodlines.
Amazing.
Yeah, apparently. I was reading about it. You get to pick a fighting style, and there's like magic, blood magic. There's a blood mage vampire clan, which is pretty fucking cool.
I love the concept of blood magic.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Like, they're like the only ones who know the secret of blood magic, and that's like their one claim to power, so they like hide it. So they're like the most, I don't know, most mysterious, but they're like super mysterious because they don't want anyone to figure out how to do their blood magic because it's their thing.
That's so cool.
They're trying to keep their power. Like, it's so fucking cool.
I like some things about League of Legends, but I think my biggest complaint is the amount of characters they add. So that cool characters like Vlad stops getting played as much.
Yeah, the problem with League of Legends is they have no intention of making a balanced game. Yeah, so they're jerking everyone around and updating it every week or whatever the fuck. Yeah. So that it, like, there's like
same thing as like Moana. They just want to
keep your attention.
Because I liked Vlad so much. That's too cool. He just uses his health as his weapon.
So great.
But he can take yours.
Yeah.
Like fucking, that's so cool.
It's such a high stakes guy. Yeah.
He was so cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
And I only used that one because it was so cool.
Hell yeah.
But like, I never got to really. But like, I like how he was like a blood mage. I think it's so cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's really cool.
I love that idea, and I wish there were more games that had stuff like that.
Yep.
Where you play that like fast and loose. I need to use my health, but to get you and your health. But I'll take yours.
Yeah, like, just like playing with health bars is supposed to like in a world with mana pools, playing with health bars instead that's cool. Like the Dark Knight in Final Fantasy 4.
4 uses health.
Dope as hell.
I think he does it in 14 as well. No, he uses MP in, I forget. The Dark Knight in 14 is like a unique tank because he uses a thing that other tanks don't.
Yo, you should get paid by Monster Hunter for the first 20 minutes of this being a commercial. Because holy shit.
I love that game. Capcom, please.
Yeah, shoot that sponsorship over here, boy.
Yo, I'll take
we'll
that
read
fucking...
whatever you want, man. Just give us money. No.
Yeah, I'll fucking take that. Have you seen that fucking...
We will sell out.
The monster PS4 is dope as fuck.
Yeah, oh no, it's dope as fuck, yeah.
Looks so cool. Like, is it this cool fucking design on it? Sick. Yeah, you're right. That should happen. Capcom, help.
Just fucking shoot for sponsors. Keep plugging shit you like until someone pays you.
Oh, God, that'd be so funny. It's weird, though, because, like, a lot of the ads...
Wait, hey, yo, Tom, have you heard about Audible.com? Bro, people listening to this probably love, putting stuff in their ears for entertainment. We should talk about audiobooks. Yeah, no.
I've listened to that. I've used Audible before. So I listened to Dune, or Red Dune.
I used to use it. I used to subscribe so you get, like, the monthly free book or whatever. I kind of dropped off on it, because...
I was going to get back into it, but it's not attached to... Or the account I have is not attached to anything real, so, like, I can't buy books, so I don't know, it's like weird, and like I couldn't figure out how it works. It's like there's a mix of accounts. I think I made an account, but it's not attached to anything, but it's attached to something else, and like I couldn't.
Interesting.
So I couldn't get to work. So I was like, I don't need this, because I was talking to my one friend Ryan, because he's getting into Dune, and I was like, and so when I first read
shout outs to Ryan.
Shout out to Ryan.
What's up, dog?
But when I first read Dune, I was telling him, I was like, I wanted to read all of Dune because I wanted to be like a hipster sci-fi nerd and be like, oh, well, Dune is the cool thing. Oh, your Star Wars shit, please. I'm over here reading Dune. But then, like, Dune's actually really good, and I was like, oh, I should actually like, pursue this series.
Yeah.
But because I'd done it audio, I was like, I should probably continue doing it audio, because that's always weird when you, like, break away from that.
I know that. Actually, no, I don't know that. I read Clash of Kings.
Really?
Listened and read it. If I listened to a chapter, I would just skip to the next one and read it.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. So if I was in the car, I couldn't read, so I just play it.
Oh, interesting.
Dude, I tell you what, the scene in Clash of Clans where Clash of Kings.
Clans is an app.
That's an app. Hey, Clash of Kings, throw us some dough, would you? We're trying to sponsor.
Clans.
No, oh yeah, Clash of Kings. Like the scene where spoilers. Joffrey is like ripping Sansa's clothes off, and Tyrion walks in like a motherfucking
he's
badass.
like, yo, fuck off.
Oh my god, I was like in the car, like I wasn't even driving anywhere. I was just like fucking enraptured because he's so cool and he's like got power, but not really. That's the king, but he's got brawn, and brawn's strong as fuck. And I was like,
that Tyrion is stature-wise so small.
Yes, I love it. Oh my god,
so powerful,
dude. Holy shit. The trope of a dwarf in medieval literature, like he is the culmination of that trope. He is like the goddamn breakout, because like if you read like Arthurian literature, maybe we've talked about this before, but
not in terms of dwarves.
Dwarves are always nasty little whip-wielding, maiden-stealing fuckers. Like, they're just horrible, gnarled little deformed fucks.
Okay.
And, like, there was never, like, I guess Dungeons and Dragons might have been their breakout. I don't even know, like...
Probably Tolkien.
Tolkien, yeah. But, yeah, I guess it went into Tolkien from there, probably. But they were still, like, kind of... It's just Tyrion is just the best, like holy shit.
No,
like,
it's really cool that
that trope came so far to like Tyrion, the witty motherfucker who's just like got it down.
Like I love it. It really plays more in the show than the book. But when he smacks Joffrey for the first time,
love it.
Where it's like,
love it.
Oh, that's pretty sick, because like he has to get down to his level to hit him.
Yeah,
but then he fucking like knocks him down even further. Like that play of power is really fucking cool.
Yeah, Tyrion, he's so cool. Yeah,
I love Tyrion. He's like, I'm thinking about rewatching the show because like it's gonna come out next year. I think finishing
2019. Yeah, 2019.
2019. I think it finishes.
I think is what people were saying. I have to watch the whole thing.
I stopped at like season 4 or 5, so I have to like a lot of catching up there. So I figure I'll just restart it and just like leave it on like a second monitor while I do things. Yeet. I've seen a lot of it.
Yeah, I might actually end up doing that too. Just like play Minecraft and throw it up on.
That's something.
I don't have a second monitor. I should get one.
Yeah, they're convenient.
That is super convenient. I have one at work and I couldn't do anything without it. It's so nice.
Yeah, something about doing that. But then Westworld comes out this year, and I really liked Westworld.
Oh yeah, I never really got into it for some reason. Real good. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but
it opens.
Like I had an episode on, and I was like, I just sort of like let it drop off, and I was like, well, if we're not gonna watch it, I'll just give up on it because I had other things. Have you seen Ozark?
No, is it good?
It's so good. Yeah, it's really good. You should watch Ozark.
Okay.
It draws you right in. Oh my god, first episode is like really intense.
I just heard it was like they're like, oh, it's like it's like Breaking Bad. But
yeah. Oh, it's a lot like Breaking Bad. It's Breaking Bad from the money launderer's point of view.
Okay.
He's a money launderer.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought.
Holy shit! Oh my god, it's really good.
I mean, people seem to like it when it came out. I just didn't click with it right away. I didn't even attempt it really. I was just like, oh.
Nah, you would like it. I think.
Okay.
I think you would like it a lot
because it sounds cool.
It's really cool. I mean, yeah, give it a shot. Because Jason Bateman's great.
He's
can't
wonderful.
beat that shit.
He's so good.
You like Arrested Development?
I love it.
I love it. I didn't like season 4 though.
I didn't finish it, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I was like lukewarm to it, and it just wasn't doing it for me like 1 through 3 were, so I just turned it off. I just couldn't, I just didn't want to.
I respect it a lot.
Oh, hell yeah, because apparently if you watch it 400 times, it's great.
Yeah.
But I ain't got the fucking time for that.
But like, it's so clever that the first attempted like Netflix show was like, we're going to fuck with the order.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because you can, because it all comes out at once.
It's fucking Arrested Development, and they're, you know.
Like, they're using the streaming thing. That's like,
yeah, they really
that's
took
utilizing
advantage
the
of
medium of, so well. It's kind of like the thing we were talking about. This is of a random tangent. But the other day when we were talking about like our games art and stuff.
Yes.
And I feel like no, because they're not doing that, where they're not utilizing their medium in a way where it's like they're mixing like a Shallow Class is probably the closest you can
Metal
go.
Gear Solid uses the fuck out of that medium. And that is art.
I would say Metal Gear Solid,
because I think the game direction. I think Kojima is an artist. I think he's like.
I'd give that
I think
to
it's perfect.
Yeah,
like
I think
he knows he knows how to use the medium he has.
I think it's Metal Gear and Shallow Classes where they're utilizing their gameplay to tell the story as well as having the story affect the gameplay.
I'm gonna say, like a nice so now that I think if you think any game is art, then that means the rest of the games are art, but they're just bad art.
That's true. That makes sense.
I think they're all. I think every game is art, but it's very hard to make a good game a game that's good art.
Yeah,
it's easy to not easy to make a good game, but it's easier to make a good game than a game that's a good work of art.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I would say.
That's fair. I think there's a lot of I think. My problem right now, I guess, is that there's so much experiences being played off as art games.
Yeah.
Like walking simulators or these emotional things or whatever. It's like you're doing one but not the other.
I need a little gameplay if I'm going to call it.
But I want that gameplay to be
blended in with the storytelling and the even if it's the storytelling, it doesn't need to be I want a good game that's art that's not telling a story. That'd be interesting. Like good gameplay, right? Because the way you're framing it is like it blends with the story and it tells the story.
I haven't played this at all yet, so maybe this is a horrible example, but something that I think is attempting something like that. So have you heard of What Happened to Ethan Finch? That game?
What is it called?
Whatever Happened to Edith Finch.
Ethan Finch?
Edith Finch.
No, I have no idea.
So I've never played it. It's a walking simulator where they do a lot of I think you're supposed to find out what happened to this family, and it was all like real fucked up. One of them is this character is like sort of depressed and he daydreams a lot. And he works like a fish factory, fishing cannery or something. And he's basically all he does is like chop fish heads off and like sends it away or whatever. So he starts daydreaming while doing his mundane job of becoming like this like king, and he's like this knight, and he saved the day, and he's gonna go royalty, and you have to I think it's with the joysticks continue chopping fish as the scene plays out, and ultimately it ends up where you're chopping these fish and stuff happens, and as it's going, the cannery scene starts to fade away into the fantasy scene, but you still do the fish chopping thing.
Oh yeah, and then were you telling me about this?
Then it ultimately continues going, and you get crowned or like knighted, so you bow your head down, and then the screen goes black because you cut your own head off.
Oh my god, that's so crazy.
Yeah, so that is something that's coming real close to doing like a really cool gameplay thing.
Oh my god.
I wish it was a little bit more nuanced. But it's using gameplay to emphasize the story element. So that is probably something where it's like a walking simulator that's utilizing a game. Like you couldn't watch that. No. You don't get the same impact by watching that. By having even me explaining it to you, it doesn't give you the same impact as if you were experiencing it. Because that's the thing. It needs to blend.
If you're the player of the game, that should be the way to experience the art piece, is being the player of the game.
Because it's not to treat it like a film
a visual,
or
just
a
watching. It's not. Then that's not a video game. That's art. That's like a movie. That's
exactly.
Art.
You're just film. That's a movie you can play.
It's an animation. Yeah, that you interact with, but it's not a game. It's
I don't think the Uncharted games are great.
Do you have to be able to lose a game? Or like what
I would say
there's
got to be something to a form of mastery.
There has to be like difficulties to overcome or something. I guess is like I don't know.
Even if you fucking fake losing and then you as the player feel like you can lose, but ultimately you don't. Yeah. That probably is beneficial.
If you can get the feeling in me without me being able to lose, wow, fucking congratulations. That's crazy.
Would be kind of cool.
Can I go pee? Can we pause?
Sure,
you can just talk.
Yeah. You can just pause it here. That's fine too.
A man taking care of babies anime, life changing.
It's really cute. I was watching some scenes from it. I'm like, oh, this is adorable. Like they're just close the door.
Okay.
I think it echoes my voice.
Where is he?
You're here.
Come here, bud. Come here, you go.
Yeah, it's slightly upstairs. It's fine.
So baby caretaker anime.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Top tier or what?
Apparently it's pretty good. I haven't watched it at all yet.
It's comedy, presumably.
Yeah, it's
that's
comedy.
a hilarious concept.
Yeah, it's like I forget what his job, why he ends up there, but yeah, he's like, oh, I gotta take it. And the babies are so cute. They're so adorable. Like it's so.
Oh, geez,
you would think like oh yeah, fucking everything looks like a baby in anime, but no, like the anime interpretation of a baby is adorable.
You know, now that you say that, I can't even picture what that would be. Like I don't think I've ever seen I'm trying to think if I've ever seen an anime with a baby.
Not usually. That's not like just wrapped up or something.
Right, some swaddled little infant.
Yeah, like it's really cute. They have like a giant head and these tiny little bodies. I think they're very sassy as well. So it's.
I mean, that would certainly add to the comedy. Mm-hmm. Sassy babies.
Yeah, it's so fun. I might start watching it because I want to try to watch some more like newer stuff. But I do need to finish some I didn't finish My Hero Academia. I want to watch. You should watch that. Have you watched that yet?
No, I hear really good things. I hear that it's basically Naruto, and since I love Naruto,
it's just early Naruto. Yeah,
should hit that up. Yeah, I mean, early Naruto is
Yo, is there a part of Naruto you like more than others?
Yeah, I was about to deliberate within my own head if I prefer part 1 to part 2. You know, the kids as opposed to the adults, and I'm gonna say like early Shippuden is my favorite.
Okay.
Like right when they get to Shippuden, it's like, whoa, here's all our characters we know and love. Like I was just like mystified with the unveiling of where everyone was and what they were up to, and I was like, yeah, oh, Naruto's still a genin. How fun is this? And, you know,
I really like time skips.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're so helpful for like a shonen where they have to train, and I don't want to watch 3 years of training.
Like, I like competent protagonists. Like that's why, like, if you're not if you're someone who maybe doesn't enjoy the useless protagonist or stuff, My Hero Academia is a difficult start because he doesn't have superpowers. He gains superpowers later, so he's learning.
Is he in the superhero like academy?
Yeah,
but he doesn't have powers. He snuck in or something.
No, he gets them.
Okay.
But what basically ends up happening? Short synopsis of the whole thing. It's mildly spoilerish towards like the basic concept, but like
spoilers.
You kind of need it to sell it. This needs to be explained. So, the whole world has superpowers. Some amazing, some are terrible. You know, some of them are like, oh, I can make things
like
wet.
Some people got a cantrip.
Yeah,
other
exactly.
people have like a 9th level spell.
It's like, oh, my hands kind of get watery, or then some people like I think his mother can like light small fires.
Ah, nice. She
Stuff
can
like
light
that.
the stove.
Yeah, stuff like that. So it's very mundane.
How helpful.
Mundane powers. But some people are amazing. Like his one friend, the sweat on his hands is explosive. It's napalm. So he basically can create explosions.
Yeah, by smacking people.
Yeah, so that's his rival. And he can generate.
That's a real fucking good power.
Yeah. So that's how they differ. They differ dramatically. There's like 4% or something that don't get powers, and he's one of them.
Bummer.
But he is, as a child, obsessed with the Superman of this world.
Yeah, the guy who's just got like
loves him.
He's like sorts of powers.
He's basically Superman. He's super fast, super strong.
Can he fly?
No, he jumps.
Got it. Yeah, I mean that was original Superman. Yeah. He could leap tall buildings in a single bound.
He's like, this kid has like the toy of him. His walls got his posters. He loves. He's like, Mom, I want to be All Might when I grow up. She goes, yeah, sure. He makes him a little All Might costume. It's adorable.
Oh my god. You sent me a gif of like I think a flashback in that show.
Where he's in the chair, rocking back and forth.
So yeah,
I love that gif so much.
Fucking great.
Yeah, it's him. He's like, Mom, it's computer time. I want to go to the computer. Okay. Because he watches this one video where he saves like 40 people in 2 seconds or something.
Oh, adorable.
And he just gets so excited. He's like, Mom, show me the video. And he's like super hyped,
vibrating.
Yeah, so he vibrates in his chair.
Beautiful.
He goes to the doctor. He goes, yeah, he has no superpowers. There's like a bone in their little toe. They're like, yeah,
so you can be able to tell.
That's how you can tell if you're ever going to generate them. You're never going to generate them. You're done, kid. So he's like all sad, and he's like, oh, I'm never gonna have powers. But he's still super obsessed with superheroes, so he's taking notes. Like, if there's a superhero battle, he goes there and he has a notebook.
Yeah, actually, I saw like the opening scene where he watches the superhero battle with it's like the wood guy is like swinging around,
cool.
and it's super cool. Yeah, that was sweet.
So so he's like super into it. So he knows all this stuff about superheroes, he knows people's weaknesses, all that kind of stuff. And so
I'm sure that doesn't come into play later.
Oh yeah, not at all. So then he it's like kind of like so there's a villain running around, and it fucks him up a little bit, but All Might shows up and beats it and then runs away. And then but like he's like, oh my god, it's fucking All Might. All Might's not supposed to be in Japan at this moment. Like he's been traveling the world and whatever. But now he's in Japan. He's like, what the fuck? All Might's here. So he like grabs onto his leg, and like All Might's like running.
What?
Like, All Might's like basically like flying, and he's like, the fuck you doing here, kid?
He doesn't notice or whatever.
So he's like,
he's just super.
But he's like, I can't. He's like, let go. He's like, I literally can't. Like, I will die. He's like, all right, so they land.
Flying, bro.
So they have a conversation. But in the act of doing that, the monster he had captured, who's like a slime monster, put him in a bottle, fell out of his pocket, escapes, takes that bomb kid, and like starts like, cause like this guy is he's like, oh, I can hide in this like slime monster's like I can hide in anyone, so I'll just enter this guy. I'll enter your mouth. No one will even know that I'm you.
That's
I'll take
nasty.
I'll take over your body. You have a great power. This is awesome. And so everyone's like watching, like, oh my god, this kid's just getting like fucked up by this monster. I hope the heroes come soon. Like, this is so bad. And Deku's like, he doesn't even think. He just starts acting. He runs off just to go save his friend. And All Might sees that and he's like, fuck, I should, because All Might's hurt, so he can only be a superhero for so long. So he's standing in the crowd as well, looking like a normal schlub, but he's like, oh, I should probably fix this. But other heroes will be here.
They have secret identities? Is that like a thing?
No, he just happens to.
Got it.
No one knows who All Might is.
Yes.
So he can't be. So he's in his normal mode, not All Might.
Is it the MC's dad?
No.
Okay.
And so he's
pretty
like
tropey.
No, yeah. So he's like, oh man, I hope the other heroes will be here. I don't have to interact. But he sees Deku run off. He's like, fuck. I have to. I've now saved 2 kids. Like I literally can't not. So he enters the thing and he saves the day and everything. And he sees that Deku has literally the heart of a hero. He's like, you didn't even think. You just acted. So you will be the person to take my power. So he's like, I will train you because your body's literally too weak right now to even take my power. You will explode. It'll blow all your limbs off if you don't physically train a little bit because you're just a wimp.
He's a small
but
child.
you will become the next All Might.
Nice.
And so he basically gives him that power to be the next All Might, which involves him ingesting any of his DNA. So he gives him a piece of his hair. He ingests that. But now he doesn't understand how to not be 100 or 0 at the very beginning of the show. So he either can do 100 and it breaks his arm. Immediately, just turns into jelly.
He can't do anything,
or he can't do anything.
So it's a real difficult.
So he is the strongest right out of the gate, but he does so. But he's so useless because it's like I can do one thing. Yeah. And he later starts to learn, and where I'm in the manga, he's learning that what he can do, what it is that he has, like what is his limitations. He can control it to like 30% now or something, 20%, something like that. I think it's 20%. And there's a fight later in the manga where he's able to go at 100%. And you're like, motherfucker, this is sick. But it's actually not even the hypest fight because the hypest fight happens a little before that. It's the greatest thing in the world. If you're going to watch this show,
the hypest fight.
The season 3 is going to be the tits because this one battle is so sick.
So I'm probably going to read it then.
I
hate it when like, you're watching an anime and it's not, it doesn't end or whatever, satisfactorily and you have to stop. Like, that's why I honestly sometimes wait for a show to complete so I can binge it as opposed to watching. I think the only show I ever watched as it aired was Breaking Bad.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure something else. I guess I was watching Naruto out as it was airing, and I've watched like seasons of Survivor. But like in recent memory,
you never done Game of Thrones live?
Yes, but I pirated it the day after, so it wasn't even really that. But yeah, I guess that was keeping up with it as opposed to binging it. But man, there's just the appeal of like having it, because I'm an idiot, so I can't remember what the fuck happened last time if I'm doing this week to week nonsense. Like I don't know how people read manga, those little tiny nuggets like every week, and like
if it's written well, it's real easy.
Yeah, I guess so. And there's parts of Naruto where I could tell like, oh yeah, I mean, if I was like keeping up with this wouldn't be an issue if I had to wait an amount of time because they like catch you up with that. Like the first panel is like just somehow perfectly formed so that you remember exactly what happened last chapter. Yeah. It's like, damn, that's nice. Like, they like Kishimoto really knocks that shit out of the park. But then there's like the part that I'm at now is like, I think he's dropping off in that a little bit because it's like, I feel like if I jumped in right now, I'd be like, wait, what was going on? Because there was like this big talk around a table with the shadows and like
I've seen that scene.
It's like whoa, there's like all sort of political intrigue and like ultimatums from Madara and like I don't know. There was a lot going on plot wise. Mm-hmm. That if I just jumped back in, it wouldn't be. It's not the same as like, oh yeah, we're in the middle of this fight. Yeah. Naruto has the same motivation as always, and like it's like I'm watching the characters I know and love. It's like, oh, who's the Tsukage again? Who's that guy?
That's definitely because I've noticed that too. With I watched all of Full Metal Alchemist, and it was very clear sometimes. Like they would spend the first 2 minutes being like
Brotherhood or
Brotherhood, but they still spend the first 2 minutes going like, this is what happened, even if they replay scenes. But I was binging it, so it was like
brutal.
But the show is from 2008.
But I tell you,
oh, that makes sense. There's
an extraordinary amount of value to the fact that, like in Naruto, it's that week to week format, and it's not overbearingly reminding me what happened last time. Mm-hmm. But it clicks every time. I know exactly what happened last time.
Right.
But it's not like shoving it down my throat, like showing me scenes and having characters recap it. It's bingeable or it's installmentable.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's like One Piece is done really well where it's very clear. It's like, okay, like and right now, especially like right where we are right now, there's the people that are on the boat going sunny.
Yeah.
The rest of the crew, and there's Luffy in the mirror world. And even if the scene if I open a chapter, they will have basically an establishing shot. A lot of manga doesn't do establishing shots. It's weird. That might be exclusively like a Western thing.
No, I think Naruto does some.
It seems rare.
But it's rarely establishing the shot so much as it is a transition, I think. It's like it'll show you the sky maybe.
Okay.
Or like it'll give you there's I'd have to look back at it. I haven't actually been like actively reading it in a while. But yeah, I'm having memory of either transition shots or establishing shots. There's sort of blankish panels, I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up the first page of the newest One Piece. I'm curious. I like usually he establishes like this is the room we're in, and you know what fight's going on.
Oh, this is like our first. Have you ever like stopped the action to Google or look something up?
I've stopped it, but I'm usually good at like talking through it.
Yeah, no, I mean I don't think I'll have an issue talking through it.
Do you see how like this is? Do you see how this is structured? Where there's Luffy where he's currently at.
Yep.
Villain talking.
And what's the villain saying? Is it hints or is it like insults?
It's insult.
Okay.
And then establishing where the fuck we are. So the very next panel is so you see Luffy's hurt. You see the bad guy being
the bad guy's doing okay. He's a little rough, but he's okay.
And you see we're in the mirror.
Oh, we're in the crazy shit.
Right,
yeah,
we're in the mirror dimension. Okay.
It looked like a giant malformed checkerboard.
Yes, the mirror. That's the mirror dimension. All those mirrors lead to like you can take this to travel. So you can leave one mirror, go to the next, and it takes you to a mirror in another place. And then. Yeah, so but then we're establishing the rest of it where it's Luffy still in pain. This girl's gonna come into play in this chapter.
Yeah,
she's the reason. She's the reason that he hurts himself.
Yeah, the next panel because no one else can see but me. Yeah. But they're showing us like a girl crying or laughing.
The girl laughing. So the girl laughing is the girl who will ultimately have Dogtooth hurt himself because she's interrupting the fight.
Yeah.
So this is the structure of that, and like the chapter before this it's a pretty
for those who can't see, it's a pretty swell opening chapter page.
it's well done where you're like, oh right, I know exactly what's going on. I'm caught right back up. Within one page, I know what's happening, and like everything. Actually, now I'm even looking back at that and analyzing it. Every single one of those panels is referenced throughout that chapter. Luffy being in pain, Dogtooth being like the fuck. The mirror world is the whole chapter takes place in the mirror dimension.
The mirror world is a whole thing.
That's the whole setting. That's why I took it. That was a 2-panel spread.
Yeah.
And then that girl laughing is a huge part of that. So everything is established in that chapter. Each part of that has. It was like literally the first page sets up a checklist.
Yeah, I mean, by the way you're describing where that chapter goes.
Yeah.
Each panel was, a portion. So I'm doing some plays coming up.
Are you? I saw you had your little company or whatever.
Little company. Oh, Tom. Oh, little faith you have. It's cool. We're doing it's gonna be busy. So myself, I'm doing the Seagull. It's a Chekhov play.
Okay.
That's like the first thing coming up. Actually, no. The first thing coming up is we're doing little vignettes, little party scenes in a bar.
That's cute.
In Troy. Yeah, party scenes from Shakespeare plays. I think it should. I think it'll draw people because it's sort of it's an early in the week thing, just to get people in the restaurant.
Oh right, okay.
I think I don't know if we have the exact dates. I'd plug it if we did, but yeah, it's fun. We're doing. I think the first one is like Romeo and Juliet and Macbeth, but I don't know if you know the Macbeth party scene. It's not a party scene. They're just having dinner, and Macbeth is having like crazy visions of the ghost. It's like, it's really fun.
So are you on a stage, or are you just using it part of the restaurant?
I think we're just in the restaurant.
Oh, weird. Okay.
I mean, I haven't seen the space, but I don't think they have a performance space. And actually, no, I know that we don't because as we've been talking about it, the ideas are to take it in different rooms. A different scene be in a different room.
Oh, okay.
The Macbeth will be in sort of like a back room with like just one table and but a bunch of seats, and everyone will like take a seat there. And you're like at dinner with Macbeth. You're like the lords and ladies in attendance, and he's like, "What the fuck? Why is there a ghost in here?" And Lady Macbeth is like, "Chill out, dude. It's okay. Like, hey, everyone, he has the visions. It's okay. He's like epileptic, or she just she's making up excuses, or whatever the fuck." And it's like super tense, but he's like, fine, it's okay. Nothing's going on. And it's like, oh, what's going on? So it's very tense. And it'll be in a kind of a more closed space, but Romeo and Juliet's sort of more out in the open. And it's just like the party where Romeo meets Juliet. Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, who is that lady over there?
I remember, honestly, I remember that scene from the
one with Leo.
Leo, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's done really well.
Yeah, he's like in a night costume and she's in a princess outfit. And they look at each other through an aquarium.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
It's a good shot.
Yeah, it was a good shot. I don't remember if it's a good movie. I don't remember seeing any more than that because I believe our English teacher showed us that.
Yeah, I also got that from my English class, and we didn't see the whole thing, but that shot's really well. The Radiohead does the credit scene song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when Thom Yorke saw the first Romeo and Juliet movie from like the 60s or whatever, he wept at the end of it.
Solid.
So he loves Romeo and Juliet, and so when they when they were making it, they gave him the opportunity to make the credit song.
Very nice.
Yeah. So like in one, I forget which album it's on, but there's an album song, or one of the songs on one of the albums is called, I think it's like labeled like credits or something, and that's why, because that's the song that plays at the end of Romeo plus Juliet.
That's very cool. And that's in the 60s the version came out?
I believe it's like 60s, or there's another really famous version that I do not remember when it came out, but it's older though, maybe 70s.
Yeah.
Because Thom Yorke's only like maybe 45, maybe 50 now, so I think he grew up around like the 80s, so I can't imagine it was super, super old, this version that he saw. But I remember reading that he saw a version that like made him weep as a child, like he was like 5 or something, like really young. Yeah. And then then they later like, oh wait, we're remaking this. Actually, you know what I really like
that was like
that?
Public Knowledge. He had told the story or something. So
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, it must be because they were like,
hey, yeah. Tom is really into this. And,
yeah.
Oh yeah. Was his name Thom?
Thom, I believe so.
I thought it was pronounced Tom.
Maybe it's pronounced Tom. I've always said Thom because
that's how it's spelled.
I don't know anyone else who.
But your name isn't Thomas.
Yeah, but like I don't know.
But you don't go by Thom.
Yeah,
like THOM, you go by TOM.
Yes, I don't know. Maybe it's Tom.
That's what your brain is on.
It's true,
dear listener.
Actually, the one thing I really like about that version of that movie is they all have like Uzis and shit, but still call them by their sword names.
Dope as hell. Yeah.
They're like, give me that rapier. It's like an Uzi.
Yeah, that's actually I
like that.
I remember in high school I was like, that's stupid. Just change the words. You know, I was a little shit. But no, that's fucking awesome. That's a great give me the rapier, but it's his Uzi. Like, that's what he calls his Uzi. I don't know. You can justify it in your head. It's cool. It's like his nickname for it.
But it's not even like a real, like no one talks like that. So it's clearly like this alternate dimension.
Of course, it's like it's just because I mean, when you're seeing the play, no one talks like that. You're just, suspending your disbelief. It's this stylized world. It's bigger than life.
Yeah, this is the version of the world that they live in.
People are talking. Yeah, it's so fun.
I should rewatch that. I enjoyed it a lot. There's a lot of good times where Leo's like talking. He's such a good actor.
He's really good.
He's like so animated when he's talking this silly speech. Like they're like in a park or at a pier or something. He's giving this talk to his friends, and it's like so good. And it's just like, oh, this is really well done.
Yeah. Who's Juliet in that? It's famous, right?
She's also famous.
It's famous. I was gonna say it's a famous actress.
I also do not remember. I'll look it up. It's happened before. But yeah, that's a really good movie. I should watch that whole thing.
Yeah.
I'd like to see how that ended.
Well, we're gonna do a scene in it, so come to the restaurant.
Perhaps I will.
And then we're doing Another Day with Much Ado, and why am I blanking on the other one?
Claire Danes, yeah, okay. Oh, it's the scene that we're talking about, the banner for the movie, yeah.
That's so
the
funny.
Party scene, yeah.
Yeah, that's her IMDb page.
This is the movie's IMDb page.
Oh, got it, yes.
So the top
so,
banner
yeah.
is like that whole scene. That's 96. Wow, he's really young in that movie.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, wait, so what are you doing?
Sorry, yeah, and then I'm doing The Seagull after that, after those scenes. I don't know what that is. It's a Chekhov play. I haven't read it yet. Don't tell anyone. I think I'm like a pretty important character. But yeah, it's something new. I've never done Chekhov.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What are his big ones?
We'll fucking find out. We need a Jamie right now. I've never read any Chekhov. He does Russian things.
I've heard his name. He's
for sure.
A novelist too, right?
He's like the method guy.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So, and then I'm getting into like the Wilkemps Players stuff after that, which is Happy Birthday, Wanda June, Kurt Vonnegut's only play. I told you that.
Yeah.
Which I think it's fun. And he had lived here, apparently, like in Schenectady. So we're trying to do something with that, put it in an interesting space that he would be in some way connected to or something. I think we're looking to do something like that.
Oh, Chekhov's gun. That's what it is. That's why I know him.
Oh, right. Yeah, because for people who don't know, it's like if you're putting something in your
scene.
I guess in your scene, yeah. So if you're putting something in a play, it has to like give it a purpose, make it have use. And if it's something as ostentatious as a gun on the wall, like holy shit, it has to fire. You cannot have that gun sit there unfiring.
Or it's not even necessarily like bad writing, but like subconsciously the viewer.
It's so dissatisfying.
Yeah,
it's like, come on, give us the gun,
I think that happens in the movie American Sniper. I believe he puts a gun like on top of something, and I don't think it plays into it at all.
That's oof.
I never saw it.
Pain.
I think Ben saw it. And he was telling me that there's.
Really?
He was like, it's clearly that gun, and I don't remember if that gun came back.
Wow.
But there's like a shot where they emphasize a gun, and you're like, that doesn't. I don't think it plays out. Or maybe they do later, but like.
And it's like in a movie too. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like you choose very carefully what you're showing to the viewer. You show them. You're their eyes.
Yeah.
You choose the angle at which they come. You
choose what to emphasize.
What are you doing?
Yeah. That's why sometimes I'll watch something where I'm like, why are you emphasizing this? Because it doesn't or they'll emphasize something that's very clear. It's like, yeah, I can see that.
Right.
Like
it's like they're afraid you're not going to get it.
Yeah, it's like what you had shot, I knew. Like a lot of times you'll see it in scenes where like, I forget what movie it was, but it was a woman. She's sitting down at what do you call them? Not like a. It's like a dresser, but with a big mirror and like, are you doing makeup and shit on there?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking like a boudier.
Yeah, I forget what they're called, but she's sitting on one of those, and there's a picture of like her daughter, like in the wedging of the mirror, and like her daughter like just died or something. They don't like zoom in on that picture. You know why she's sad, and you can fucking clearly see there's a picture of the person that died. Like the reason she's emotional is right there. You can see it. But like a lot of it's not a movie made in America, because if it was an American movie in America, it would just pull in and be like, this is why she is sad, not like I get it.
Here, look, yeah.
So like stuff like that, where it's like you don't have to always like emphasize stuff to still get them across.
The third Max Payne game, this crazy transition. The third Max Payne game did something weird like that with a photograph where, it was just like one of his bad nights or whatever in his motel. He was just looking at a picture. They never showed you the picture. They never like zoomed in on anything. He was just like crying, looking at this picture. There was painkillers on the coffee table and like beer over. Yeah, it's like or not beer. It was liquor. It was obviously it's whiskey.
Yeah.
It's whiskey and painkillers. Like
classic Payne.
He was just like thrashing around, monologuing and shit. You know, like over in the voiceover.
Yeah.
And they didn't show you a picture of his family.
But you knew. You're 3 games in.
But I guess because I'm 3 games in, I know. But like I was wondering, like, because it for a person who hadn't played the others, is that an intentional move? Just like, don't worry about it. You weren't, like it's a move for both. It's like, you don't like. I know who it is, and they don't need to know who it is.
It's not
like,
for you.
But you get it though. Max has the tragic past. You're with us.
Is that have they established his family at all before that? Does it come up like
I do not think they get mentioned.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
I imagine it doesn't play into the story.
It doesn't at all.
It's not what
it's not significant. Anymore. Well, no, because there was that flashback to New Jersey. Oh man, it's tough to say
Jersey?
now. Yes? Question mark.
Yes.
No. He must live in Jersey. Yes, because it's like a walking distance from his house. That's why he goes to this bar because he can get drunk and walk home.
Right. Okay. It's adorable.
It's the best, dude. Max Payne is like.
I need to play those.
Beautiful games. You should absolutely play them. It's like it's this weird blend of noir film with the voiceover and the gritty.
Yeah.
There's the graphic novel element because there are literally like graphic novel cutscenes, and
there's like this weird like mythology to the whole thing.
And there's this. It's never too explicit, but it's got like Norse blood,
Yeah. Well, the people who made it are Norse. They're all the Remedy people. They're all fucking Norway or something, right?
Something like that. I don't know, but yes, I think is the answer.
That would make sense. That's cool.
Yeah, he wears a longship necklace.
Oh, does he?
Like
really?
a Viking longship
that's
or
adorable.
longship. It's that's pretty cool.
I always liked the.
There's some canonical explanation for it. Sorry, in the comics, the necklace. I forget. I think his grandma gave it to him or something. He must be like Swedish. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just remembered. I guess been prowling the wiki or something.
Is there a full comic set, like series?
I don't know. I never found anything more on it. I think I even tried to look it up.
Oh, interesting.
But there must have been comics, because that's where the wiki cited for where we got that necklace.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know there's like an extended universe of Max Payne, but I'm glad there is.
Yeah, and it must have been the Max Payne wiki or the Rockstar wiki or something, whatever it is.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Because that's I remember trying as a child. And being like,
trying Max Payne?
Yeah, like, this is hard.
It's tough,
I don't know how to get through this.
It's
I thought
what's some pussy shit is that it will make the game easier for you if you suck at it.
Well, I guess I sucked too hard.
You must have sucked too hard. Yeah, no, but I think it was one of those, like, that was like one of its big features. They were like, we'll like adjust the game to your comfort or whatever.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
So
is it just the first one?
I think so. I don't remember. I don't have nearly as many hours in the other two.
I think it's widely considered. I think today that'd be considered a waste. They'd be like, just make it one. Just have good game design, so it's not too hard.
Yep.
Because a lot of people are bitching about the new Wolfenstein being too hard.
Well, yeah, maybe.
So I'm wondering, but like, I think
a game.
Well, I'm saying I don't think they would have that would fly today, where they'd be like, oh, there's a selling point. It'd be like, just design it so this is not hard.
So it wouldn't.
You don't have to change.
So I guess so. You don't have to change, but I think people often too far err on the side of like no challenge.
Yeah.
They're just like, as long as I can get through it.
That's why I'm actually kind of really upset with, I'm not gonna say games media, but like just kind of what direction games are going in, probably because the media might influence or something, but this idea of I deserve this experience. Not because I don't think that's what we should be doing with games. Like there was what was it? Was it Wolfenstein? There was something last year, a big controversy about some difficulty thing or being locked out or something like that, and they were like, there's a lot of people writing and people even just in comments being like, I deserve to see the end of this.
Yeah,
because I paid for
Unless you beat it. But
didn't. Like,
but you're right. Because I guess. Oh yeah, no. Now that you say that, there is that, and I guess. Well, okay. So what we're talking about is AAA titles.
Yeah,
we're talking about the big games.
Yeah,
and it's because money is changing hands, and they think they're paying for an experience. They're not paying for a game.
Right.
They're paying to be marveled and awed at whatever the fuck you got.
Right. And so I'm wondering.
I guess that's what they're paying for. That must be what they're paying. And that's why you see these indie games that are just fucking jacked up NES difficulty.
Yeah.
Just because there's nowhere else to get it. So it's like people, you got to make it yourself. Like it's not marketable as marketable.
Yeah.
You can, what's a difficult game that's out there? Dark Souls, I guess.
Dark Souls is probably the big famous one that everyone likes so much.
Yeah. So it's, I don't even know how did Dark Souls get marketable. I guess because you can kind of look everything up if you need to.
But not when it came out.
No, not when it came out.
It was the reason that game took off, at least from my perspective, was V lost their fucking minds.
Okay, V. Who is V? What is V? A lot of people? Do you really? Yeah. Do you have the? Do you have the demographic?
It was the second most popular board when Dark Souls came out.
Well, second most popular board, but all of 4chan isn't very.
It was big then. Reddit wasn't even big when Dark Souls 1 came out.
Reddit wasn't big.
Not as big.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I want to see the numbers on that.
I don't
Jamie,
think
pull that shit up.
Maybe it was definitely at least for Demon Souls because they also lost their shit over that too.
Dude, Demon Souls. I know nothing about.
I don't think Reddit had the impact that it did today. At least from my perspective.
I don't know. From your perspective, but
when I saw it, the reason I only saw
it.
anything was because V lost their fucking minds and we're like, this game's hard.
Use Reddit. Sure. But yes, I think. But what you said there, people, they had the audacity to make such a difficult game.
This wasn't audacity from our perspective. They were finally a game that requires you to be Chari.
Okay, yes, for V, but I think the rest of the world was no, they weren't. They were really enjoying getting their asses kicked. What was so fun about Dark Souls and it still kicked your ass?
I don't know, because here's the other thing too. I was in FYE, and anytime I go to a store where there's video games, I just figure I'd take a look. So I'm standing in the video game section, and there's a guy who is holding Dark Souls 1. And when the employees comes by, he's like, hey, do you need anything? No, I'm fine. Hey, do you need anything? Is, oh, yo, this game is awesome. It's super hard, and when you die, you got to come all the way back to get your shit. That was his selling point.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Maybe it was just
it the difficulty?
It was just the breaking point of society. They're they're done with these easy, oh my God, this Call of Duty fucking campaign was so boring. It's so easy. I don't know. Maybe there was just one little breaking point, and Dark Souls came in at the right place at the right time. And hit that market that was oversaturated with
I guess it's just the
gameplay loose,
the idea
heavier experience games, and it was so different to what you get for a mainstream title. It just happened to come, that's because I don't think that's repeatable. You had to make a really good game, which they did. The combat's really good. It had to be backed with something, and then it came at a time when the market was flooded with easy games.
I also think it really helps too that the story's impenetrable from the surface.
Yeah, something about the whole impenetrability of that, the entire experience is totally impenetrable. It's difficult to play. It's difficult to understand. You're just dropped in this
thing.
You're just dropped in this thing naked, literally, or not naked. You have just your clothes and a broken sword hilt. You got a little flavor. You get some background gear. Yeah. And you get a little trinkets. So you're not naked. But
you're close.
You're close to naked, and you get unless you pick the deprived. And then you get you get quite the build, and it's very satisfying to beat even the first boss.
Oh right, yeah.
People get stuck on that and they're like, what the fuck? So that's probably the biggest quitting point. Mm-hmm. But actually, if you can come back and struggle through that beginning part, you're like, wow, there's so much more struggle and fun here. I'm
gonna get an actual statistic here and see if that's true, because PlayStation keeps track of the trophies and what percentage of people getting them. Let's see where that drop off is.
Yeah, see where that drop off is. I bet it's
close
really
to the first one,
really early,
first or second boss. I need to go someone who actually owns this game. But yeah, I also think part of it too is the fact that the story is impenetrable. That makes it so that you don't care if you stop.
Yeah.
There's nothing like, oh, I need to know what happens next. It doesn't matter. Like you don't know. You don't even care. You know.
And it's like, and everyone understands like when you stop. Like, yeah, that game was really fucking hard. You know, like people like pat each other on the back for like how far they were able to get.
Yeah.
Like, man, you got to
send.
All right. Like, fuck.
Oh
dude.
yeah, nice work, man. Yeah.
You know, I feel like it was like a kind of a nice community because, you know, it was so fucking hard.
Yeah.
It just made people, you know, kind of nicer to each other because everyone was very sympathetic. Or I guess, you know, on V, they were just pretentious and like, I got as far as Orlando. You know, they like, and they're like, oh, you couldn't even get past what? Like someone asks for help on whatever boss and everyone's like, you can't even beat this guy. You didn't even see this cheesy bullshit you can do in the corner. Yeah. Like they just fucking hilarious. You got any stats for me?
I do. So, 95% of people who buy this game have lit the first bonfire. 92 gets their first Estus flask. 80.
Who is that? Wait, who is that 3%? Did they just skip the Estus flask?
They may just turn it off.
What the hell happened?
87. So from 92 to 87 arrive.
Yeah, they just turn the game off. They're just done. They're like, they what?
92% get the Estus flask. Yeah. 87 arrive in Londor.
And Orlando. Oh no. Oh wait.
Lordran. 87% only end up there, and then 62% ring the first bell.
Okay. So, wow, 62% rang the first bell.
And then it becomes 50% for the second bell and starts dropping from there. So about half people drop by Blighttown, which makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah, that's yeah, I'm underestimating people because this wasn't really.
That's still a huge percentage of drop.
Oh, absolutely.
By the second
boss, yeah. That's half by that point.
By half of the people who put that game in for the first time quit by the second boss.
It makes sense. It's not easy to get the hang of, but once you what is that?
Discord.
Oh. Is it your phone? Where's that? Oh, it's coming on my headphones.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
Talking about the difficulty.
Yeah, I mean. Oh yeah, I did have something specific in mind. What was it? I don't know. Play it back.
No, yeah, so like 50% drop off.
Yes, they do.
About that halfway point, which makes sense. Like that game's hard. And like I don't see it, but the story's so.
That's not even Blighttown. That is earlier than that, isn't it?
Right before. No, after.
Oh no,
this
after. Yes.
Right after the second boss. By the time they get to Blighttown,
so then
they can't manage to the next place, which makes sense because it's very confusing too, and like.
Yeah, that's.
But I think the idea.
I mean, once you figure out the first direction to go to, once you're in Firelink, you're not going into the graveyard, and you're not going to New Londo ruins.
Yeah.
You're going up the mountain pass. Once you figure that out, it's fairly straightforward until that first boss is done, and then it's a little difficult to figure out the next like easiest place to go to. You could very easily wander. There's very little guidance. It's a very difficult fucking game.
Which is, I don't know, it's interesting that thing like took off. And like, it's coming out for Switch. Everyone's like, yeah, that's awesome. And like, this is crazy. But like, I would never see most people are like, yeah, it's great. Mm-hmm. I don't know what about it that is like.
I don't know.
Like aesthetically, it's kind of weird too.
I think that's the part of why I like it is it's just a weird. It's like a very dark fantasy universe that it takes place in, and I find that sort of interesting. I kind of like it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of dark fantasy stuff like where it's like. It's just like that Dark Souls and
Berserk it's pretty like
it's not a lot of the stuff that utilizes that
that like it's bleak, because like you're in this sprawling land of just like people who have lost their minds.
Well,
like
it's regular. It's just medieval history, like, but like also monsters and fantasy.
What are you talking about?
That aesthetic.
Okay, yeah.
Between Dark Souls and Berserk and stuff, where it's like this is a normal medieval story, but also there's a fuckload of magic, and it's like shit.
Makes things.
It's the shit that's
since
fucked.
Shit was shit. Now it's really shit.
Yeah, so like it really like drives it home. Like no, everything sucks. This is all bad.
Yeah, but of course, even in those stories, you need to have like. Whatever. There's always the spark of hope in those things. Oh, well, not always.
That's literally
the end game.
Isn't that literally the whole thing of Dark Souls? Is the spark of hope that like lasts?
Oh no, you know what it is? Actually, the sort of the crux of Dark Souls is either you can keep faking it for a little longer or just let shit end. That's I believe the decision you get to make. As far as I can, it's so fucking dense. But as far as I understand, the decision is like let them bullshit and play gods for a little longer.
But that's the end boss, lighting the fire or not?
Yeah, I believe so. Because you can turn Orlando's sun off. That's fake. They're bullshitting.
Oh, interesting.
It's not even. It's nighttime all the time, and the big lady.
Yes.
She's not even real. You shoot her like once, she like disappears in a puff of smoke, and they're like, like someone comes to kill you, like
oh really?
You piss everyone off. You've taken like the dark path, or, you know. I think that's the start to taking the dark path.
So the dark path is being like reality, like
just like
real?
The natural order of things right now. This fire needs to go out. Like that's how.
But like you're not the one. You're not playing to this game that everyone's playing. You're like
you're like not playing their game.
You're not playing. You're just like no. You're being very real. You're being the realist.
It's more
of the
the realist. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like to carry out the extinguishing of the fire.
You know what? I would say Dark Souls art.
Fuck yeah, dog. Dark Souls is art as hell. Because, you know, and they've worked in a way for you to die as a character, to advance, to
quit.
To quit.
To quit
the game, to quit the difficult game that it is. Because it's a difficult game, that quitting thing, okay, explain that.
So wait, when you
just unpack that, because that's a super great observation. Yeah.
So the other people that are around, like what are they? What are their titles? The
Phantoms. What do you mean?
No, the like zombie-ish people or something.
The undead, I guess. The hollow.
Hollow. Because you are a hollow.
Yes.
If you quit the game, you fully embrace.
The crux of the thing is that you're a hollow, and everyone sort of in Lordran is like a hollow or like a demon or a dragon or whatever.
Yeah.
But a hollow either like has their sanity or doesn't.
Yeah.
And you know you're always sort of moving towards not death but insanity, like losing your mind.
Because you're already dead.
Because you're dead. You're an undead. And you know you're like clinging to your sanity. I mean, this is as far as I can.
Your humanity.
To your humanity. That's a much better word because that's a resource in the game. Is humanity. So you're trying to stay, and you need like a will to live. I suppose.
That's even interesting too because you're that's also facade. Collecting humanity and like keeping to your humanity.
Oh right, yeah,
the humanity mechanic is you like looking the other way.
But something I think humanity, those little chunks of like black. I think that's like part of the dark soul or something. I think like sun and fire and all that is the realm of the gods, and the humans are the ones like who would like the extinguishing of the fire. Maybe I'm having like this weird poetic interpretation of it.
Yeah.
But like as far as I've gotten and as far as I understand it, playing with Nick Roth, who's like doing the good path, I guess I think in his story, like he didn't kill the girl and like turn out in Orlando's lights. Mm-hmm. Like I think he's gonna reignite the fire. But
doesn't that continue perpetuating the evil?
I don't really know.
Because honestly, from what I've been able to tell, lighting the fire is the bad option. Like you're the bad guy.
I think so. I think the gods are fucked up. Maybe
one. I think it's the canonical.
The canonical, yeah. Because then that would make sense if there's things that happen after it in the chronology, because then the world can continue as is, like with gods, or maybe they're. I think you maybe kill them all in the storyline anyway. Because you're killing a ton of gods. Like you're killing Gwyn, and I don't actually, or maybe they're all available.
What's the title of the second protagonist? Because you're the Ashen in the third one.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know the name of the second guy.
What, Chosen Undead in the first one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
You're
the
second Ashen
one.
in the third
second
one.
I hear is sort of the black sheep of the trilogy.
Yeah, it is. It's a bit of a black sheep. Our cousin Matthew, who we were talking about earlier, loves all of Dark Souls, and he likes the second one a lot. He's really fucking into like that whole series. So like, I assume that whatever he likes a lot.
Yeah.
It's like hard, and like there are things in there that he's like, this is kind of annoying, but like he enjoys it. Like there's I was watching him try to get there's a ring you can get for left and right hand that one of them is like play without dying, and one's playing without lighting a bonfire or something. Whoa. You do 2 full playthroughs to get these, but if you do, makes your weapons invisible.
What if you do them both at once?
Be real cool. But if you get them, you makes your weapons invisible.
Oh,
per hand. So you get one for your left hand, one for your right hand. Your weapons are invisible. It helps with like PvP and shit.
Of course.
Yeah. So he was going for them just for fun. I don't think there's a trophy associated with anything like that because he's platinum.
They don't need a trophy. That's an extremely good thing to have in PvP. If they don't know what's coming at them before the first swing, like wow. I'm like, I guess if you're really good at the game, you could know by the start of the animation, like, okay, so it's a great sword, and then then you adjust your defense accordingly. I guess. I don't know.
But like you wouldn't go. Like, it should be hard to judge distance stuff. Like that's probably a place where you want a longer weapon.
Or you cling with the shield, and maybe you can tell by the noise. Boy, that'd be some fucking shit if they had that detail level built in. But probably not.
I'm not familiar enough with Dark Souls.
They all had unique shield sounds.
I'm so excited for the re-release, so I can actually give that game a shot.
What is that? Release
you didn't hear about that?
No,
the PC's getting one too.
Oh yes, I did hear about this.
Every console with the Switch was coming out.
Do you know what they're doing with it? What are they?
Hopefully making it function.
Yeah. Oh, on PC. Yeah. Yes, you cannot play like online without mods for sure.
Like just make the game function.
When is that coming out?
End of this year, November-ish, I think.
Nice.
I might be making that up, but it's anticipated for this year, I believe.
I'm excited for that
because I want just a functioning version.
I can get hype with that.
It's just I don't know. And actually, I got a new video card. Maybe we can attempt it again. But
oh yeah, I would give it a shot.
The video card is what was like being like, no, fuck you.
It's a fun game.
But I just want to because I like the concept of a lot of it. It seems interesting. Right?
And like the way they do co-op is super clunky, but getting it to work, it's super fun.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun to play together.
Yeah, it's so interesting, this idea of like, yeah, because if you quit, like you just become a hollow.
Oh right, okay, yes. Yeah. I was so excited about this point, but yes, okay. So you need like a will to live to keep your humanity in the game, you know, canonically in the lore. So if you like lose the will to play and continue the character's journey, it would be as if you went hollow. Yeah, you gave it the will to live, and that would like explain like other enemies in the game. Maybe. Yeah, I mean it's not to that point where like
it's close.
But yeah, I mean,
there's a canonical
you could
reason,
say because other people have come before you in game.
Right.
So
and you can hear they talk about them. Yeah, you can see there are ghosts basically running around and stuff. It's
it's a very neat game.
It's a very neat concept. It's the whole thing, and like I just it's not it's a little too slow, like actual like mechanical wise. I for my own personal enjoyment. Yeah, I like Bloodborne a lot more just for the speed of it. But like it's very. I should give it a more real shot.
All right, so
I like Dark Souls.
I'm taking it back to the plays because I didn't get through them all.
Oh yeah,
I just want to finish the season.
Go right ahead.
To plug it all. But where did we leave off?
Chekhov's.
No, it wasn't because I talked about Kurt Vonnegut's play. We're trying to do it in a thing.
Oh, right. Okay,
and then after that is Othello. Do you know Othello?
I am familiar.
He's like a Moor.
Yes.
And he's like a general.
How are you guys doing that?
We have some we have like a black actor.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
What did you think we were gonna do?
I don't know. I've seen you and your acting friends. You're all very white.
Well, you haven't met Mike Lake then.
No, I have not. But he was not at the birthday party I went to.
Oh, okay. I guess that was the only thing you
and I assumed those are most of the people involved. Turns out.
I like how but you know what? I should have known that you'd never met any of my black friends because I knew exactly what you meant when you asked the question, how are you going to do that? Yeah. And I was like, what? Like, because I didn't remember that you hadn't met them all.
Yeah, I didn't meet any of them.
But you did see 12th Night, did you not?
No.
Oh, well, good, because what we're doing after Othello is 12th Night. So you can come and see that. We're going to like crash course rehearsal right through it and just like get sharpen up and then take it out again, which I'm pretty excited for because it was a lot of fun. And then closing it up with Faustus.
Oh, really?
Faustus, yeah.
Interesting.
So, but
it's a really cool movie about that whole story.
Yeah.
Really good, like stop motion animation. It's really cool.
Hell yeah.
It's really, really cool. It got a couple cool scenes of him like interacting with the devil and stuff.
Oh, fun.
It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool movie. As I remember the first time he like opens the book or whatever, that starts the transaction, like demons start coming out of the floor, but like stop motion animal, like monsters and stuff. It's really cool.
That is really cool. And yeah, there's so many cool things you can do with that because you need like a portal to hell. Yeah. It's so you can stylize the hell out of it, demons and it's a very fun thing to play with. And like stuff like that with like other Shakespeare pieces where you have like fairies to play with and like that kind of world. Oh yeah. And you can sort of do weird things with that.
Well, what's really cool about
to just not indicate.
So I
to make it alive.
Was reading parts of Sandman. I haven't finished it. I think I'm gonna start it over again. But he is like friends with Shakespeare. And
really?
He's giving Shakespeare.
Wait, when does it take place? Is it all through time?
All through time.
Yeah.
And because he's eternal.
Yes. Yes. So when does it start? Is it chronological? What's going on? Okay, it's just like vignettes of Sandman's life.
Yeah. And it goes into like there's a overarching story. Right. That these are the moments that connect it all, but it will bounce between timelines.
Got it. And awesome. That's so cool.
He meets Shakespeare, and Shakespeare's like, my dream is to be the best playwright.
Yeah,
he gives it to him for a reason. There's a reason they make this transaction, but later they go back to that, and it's him like with his people, and he's showing off like these weird play ideas he came up with, like this, with like the fairies stuff, because like Sandman brings his like friends with him, and they're like these monsters and stuff.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
cool.
super fun.
So they perform
and then he gets
for all
these
these
weird
like,
ideas,
stuff.
like oh wow, what if I did like a play about it's
very cool.
of the forest.
It was like, very cool.
Scientists on an island.
Because there's I forget what it is. But there's
but it would sort of
another cute touch about Sandman is they change his outfit based on what time he's in, so he can blend in.
Oh yeah.
So he's like wearing like traditional 14th century, garb, but like
more like 16
or 16. Yeah. then he'll jump back to modern day. He's wearing a trench coat and shit, and it's like their outfits change, but their outfits like change like naturally. Like I think like as they enter these eras, like their body like adjusts because I think it's all one. Because I think they're like I forget. It's a very interesting concept. Yeah, it's very cool. I want to do something with dreams. I'm thinking about it. Something. I don't know what. A story or something.
Oh, about dreams. That was the word I missed. Yeah.
Yeah, dreams.
That would be fun.
I don't know what I want to do though.
it is a cool, bizarre concept.
Yeah, I like. I've learned that I've liked the weird.
Yeah. Oh, me too. That's all I like.
Way more.
Way more. Because if you're not weird, you're like everybody else, and I couldn't think of anything worse than that. Am I right? Am I right, weird people?
Like the weird is fun. I don't know. I really like.
No,
it.
yeah. Something about. Yeah,
like
it's weirder than the mundane. I mean, what else is there?
But
it's weird and mundane. Those are the things that there are. But that's a weird way to that's a weird way to categorize it. But that's how we think about it, right?
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff you'll see, or someone goes, "Oh, that's weird." I don't know. I'm not going to get into that.
What?
But just anything you watch it. Like there's various forms of media, whatever, and they go, "Oh, that's weird." Like Breaking Bad isn't weird.
Yes, now I know what you're saying.
But so people click to it. But fucking I think it's odd that people like Game of Thrones. I think Game of Thrones borders on the weird.
Yeah,
but it's so popular.
People usually dismiss. Oh, that's weird.
Right.
But I want to find the weird thing that's good.
I don't even care if it's good. I want to just do the weird thing.
I respect that perspective, but I like good things too.
I like good things too. But you don't get to the good unless you just try.
Yeah, no, you gotta. Oh, you gotta fucking dig through the weird, bad shit to find weird, good shit. But yeah, I like weird things.
Like weird is such a clear indicator in terms of description, and I want to play with that more.
Yeah, and I think that's something so attractive about a clown to me. It's like outside of society, like it's as far away from normal behavior you could possibly get. And the way to do that is to just be a vulnerable and honest person. And it's wow, you'd like to be vulnerable, honest, and
Oh, have you ever watched the documentary with Rowan Atkinson? About his acting process?
So no.
I just pulled that. It's on YouTube. I just pulled the first part of it. I'm gonna watch it later.
Nice. Yeah, I might do the same.
Because there's this whole thing where he's talking about because he's a comedian of character.
Yeah.
His character doesn't speak, but he's a comedian.
Who is he good? Oh
Mr.
man.
Bean says.
Yeah, Mr. Bean.
I'm just clarifying for people listening.
Oh right.
They don't know Rowan
Atkinson
is.
Yeah.
Mr. Bean. He's a comedian of character, not a comedian of concept. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it'd be more of a vocal. A stand-up comedian is more of a comedian of concept.
Yeah, okay.
But he's a comedian of character. Where he's
what's funny about it is he's Mr. Bean.
The funny thing is the face he makes or the action he
There's
decides.
Mr. Bean things that he does, and Mr. Bean's gonna make the Mr. Bean decision about oh, he spilled some paint. He's gonna make this. He's gonna panic and make this worse or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's where the comedy comes from. Is the decisions he makes, the body language he uses.
Yeah.
And so he's got a whole mini a 6-part. It's just broken into 6 parts on YouTube. This documentary of this is the process I have, and this is how I think of comedy and all this. I guess it's not technically a documentary, more of an instructional, but.
So it's his masterclass video.
Kind of, yeah, but it's made years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, similar idea, similar to a masterclass thing. But yeah, I think it's interesting. It's so interesting because he's probably the most famous clown currently. Maybe Sacha Baron Cohen, but
question. Yeah, I wonder. That makes me very curious because when you ask people, what a clown is or who the most famous clown is, they'd probably say It or something. It's got to be It, right?
Yeah, now
Pennywise,
he's in the zeitgeist.
But because he's in the zeitgeist, but outside of the zeitgeist,
even
honestly,
I think it is. But I think
because people don't associate funny physical comedy with clowning.
They don't think that the droids in Star Wars are clowns. They don't understand that.
That's so okay. If you think the most famous clown that people know of, but people, regardless of whether or not they realize it's a clown, then that might. Well, there's got to be someone who's bigger than that.
Well, Sacha Baron Cohen's a trained clown, so I would assume, or fucking what's his name? It could
be Sacha Baron Cohen.
That's he's probably the best or the most famous trained.
Where did he
clown.
go to school?
The guy in France.
Lecoq.
Yeah.
Lecoq.
Yeah.
How fun is that to say? Yeah. Oh, that's dope. Okay, didn't know that.
He's super serious.
He's
clown.
Legit. Yeah. I'm a Pachinko guy myself.
He's who I've learned the most. Him and.
No, I haven't. I can't say that. I haven't given.
John C. Reilly also.
He went to Lecoq.
He's just a clown.
He's a clown. Yes, I did know that. I listened to his podcast with Mark Maron. Yeah.
Though Sacha Baron Cohen with Mark Maron
exclusively because I heard they talk about clowns. So I was okay, I'll get that.
But shot. I was actually speaking of the Star Wars clown idea. Which is why I disliked The Last Jedi as much, because everyone played that role as opposed to exclusively the droids. So I was I was on Twitter because everyone for some reason wants to be oh, I'm right. I don't know why I'm pretending that's an actual idea I didn't have. Now I say it out loud. Yeah, obviously everyone wants to be I'm the right one.
Yeah, man, that's deep.
So there was a guy who was oh, so I just watched Empire Strikes Back, and these droids with all their comedy, fucking Kushner or whatever his name is, that fucking ruined Star Wars. It's that. but you don't get, like, this guy thinks he's being hilarious. People are like, oh, this is so good. But it's like, no, you actually just don't understand the structural design of the droids. And like,
wait, what was he upset about?
So in Empire Strikes Back, there's comedy because C-3PO and R2 get into shenanigans, they say silly things.
Oh my God, did you see, there was a deleted, it wasn't a deleted scene, it was just a deleted clip from like the evacuation of Hoth, I believe, where there's like a Wampa arm, you know, the snow monster, like grabs someone, or there's some outtake where there's a ridiculous Wampa arm puppet, I don't know, where like grabbing C-3PO and pulling him in a door or something.
Oh, that happens on Cloud City. That's in the movie.
Oh, is it Cloud City? What? That's in the movie?
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking of something else. There's a ridiculously cartoonish outtake of the evacuation scene.
That's on Cloud City while they're going forward, and he hears R2, and he goes, R2, and he walks in that room.
You know what it is?
There's no arm, actually. They just shoot him.
I was wrong. Okay, it's something where it's like C-3PO takes the warning off of a door and they open it and they get scared away because like, there was wumps in there, but there wasn't a warning. I think that's what it was.
That's good.
It was some cartoonish nonsense. Yeah, and they cut it. I'd have to look it up. It's super funny though.
So like, yeah,
and yes, good thing they cut it. And anyway, that was my tangent. What were you saying?
So I was just like, the guy, everyone's like, oh, he fucking got him. Last Jedi was great, and it's like, but he's actually wrong because he doesn't understand how. So
he was saying that like, because you didn't like The Last Jedi's clownery, like comedy, right? It's comedy. Then you can't appreciate the comedy in the originals?
He was saying the opposite. So he was saying because you think that The Last Jedi is bad because of all the comedy.
Yeah.
These original ones also had comedy.
Yeah, that's my understanding. Okay.
So he was just wrong.
And he's just trying to say like, haha, like you didn't complain when it was this one.
Right.
Yes. Okay, that's okay. We're on the same page. Yes,
he's just wrong.
He's wrong
he
because
doesn't have a general understanding of structure.
Yeah, because it wasn't every character giving it their damnedest, and it wasn't like. Yeah,
there's a difference between being snarky and being the punchline.
Yeah,
and so Han Solo is going to be quick wits and shitty, whereas C-3PO is going to be
just tomfoolery, just like getting always
being hysterical, whatever,
just like panicking and worrying and getting undermined by R2, being sassy in a language we can't understand. Right. How hilarious is that? That you only get C-3PO's reactions. Yeah. He can just whistle whatever the fuck, it doesn't need to be anything. And you see, there's no facial expression. It's a fucking tin can going.
There's no facial expressions either way.
There isn't a damn thing, but it's the funniest fucking thing you'll ever see. It's actually
really clever that they got because the guy who plays C-3PO's a mime.
No, that's a quality.
Anthony Daniels is a trained mime, and I think that's why they picked him because he's got to emote without ever speaking. Yeah,
and without ever speaking. And boy, they really limited his form too because he's got two arms that like barely go and like stiff legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird choice on second thought.
But I see why they got a mime actually. Now
because they are attuned to so they'd be prepared for something like that. And, mimes use facial expression.
No, it's more of his body than it is anything else.
And that's something that they've got. They've got under control.
There's no faces on the droids. Is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
They're just literally
just
flat.
R2's a tin can.
Yeah.
Man.
That's a good point.
But he's goddamn hilarious, and people like R2 better than C-3PO.
Yeah.
Like he's like the fan favorite, but he's a little fucking whistling can.
He's never said a word.
He hasn't said a damn thing. He gives Luke his lightsaber. He's got like the cool little gadgets. He's like full of little tricks. It's kind of cute, Yeah. And it's presumed he's sassy with the way C-3PO.
Yeah.
So it's like he's adorable. Yeah. I do get it. He's the one with personality.
You know what, too? I just realized
he's the one with personality, and he cannot talk.
Yeah.
That's great. That's perfect. Oh, that's so funny.
One of the best moments of Final Fantasy IX is Vivi seeing all the other black mages die. And he has no facial emotions. But it is there's no talking, and it's just his blank black face with
just like
yellow eyes.
In, like this is an intense.
But like his body, and he's like, oh no.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He's like
he's like shaking.
Set.
Yeah.
He's like basically he puts his arms up.
His arms out.
And then I think he collapses. But it makes me want to weep every time I see it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, oh, this little guy, he's so but there's no emotion.
There's no expressing.
There's no way of expressing.
He's
except
so
for
sad, and
his
he cannot express it. Yeah.
It's all you have is his body, and he barely has limbs because he's so small.
And he's the fucking exploder of the party.
Yeah. But so they do a really good job of there's nothing because you couldn't have dialogue on the Final Fantasy IX's PS1 massive size.
Right, that's cool.
So I couldn't fucking inject that shit at all.
I think that's awesome. They were limited, but they ended up having some pretty great cutscenes in that game.
So it's really cool that there's this one scene where Vivi's completely heartbroken, he's watching his people die, and but there's no way to It's so interesting how little they have to work with and how effective it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
It's really cool.
Very cool.
I like that shit. Like as I was talking to you about trying to like play around with like expressionism in silent film.
Yeah.
Whenever I get a camera.
Get back to that weird, man. Let's get some weird stuff.
Because I was watching.
Is this the weird? What are we doing here?
The weird?
Yeah, what we're doing. Is this podcast weird?
I think so. I don't ever talk about it.
Yeah.
I was playing Counter-Strike with Scott and one of his StarCraft friends, and like Scott promoted the show for me, and he's like, he never promotes it. I'm like, you know what? I never do.
Yeah. Well, you put it on Facebook.
I put it on Facebook, but like,
who are you Facebook friends with?
A couple people. I don't know. Different people.
Go here or there.
I don't know.
Yeah, you just fucking throw it out there. That's great. That's perfect. Just keep doing you.
Yeah.
That's great.
But
what else are you going to, that's just like be honest and vulnerable. Yeah. Throw it out there.
Yeah. It's
Let
weird.
people see it.
Yeah. If they want to, they can.
You have a gaff. You have gaff here and there, but you know, what of it?
A gaff?
Like a mistake.
Oh, yeah. What are you going to do?
What of it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know. Because I don't ever promote it. I never really. But I do think it's weird. Mm-hmm. Like when I run into people, from like high school, like
I tell people all the time.
Oh, you?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, here and there. But like, if I was on an episode or something, I'll tell people, or I'll just be like, yeah, he's got a podcast, no biggie.
Yeah, I don't. Like I ran.
I want this to be like the Capital Region, like weird thing. I don't know. I want this for some reason. In some way, I want this to be local. But I think that'd be a great place to start. I don't know how to. I guess you could put stickers up.
Yeah,
go around town, throw some stickers up. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go outside. let's market this.
But like I ran into a bunch of people from high school a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
I didn't mention it. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just hanging out."
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't think. Yeah. But I also think it helps to make it and not think it's like I'm not doing a big thing.
Yeah, because it's not. Helpful. I mean, it's not that big, is it?
No,
it's not that much work. I mean, it's a little bit of work.
It's a little bit of work. Yeah, but it's not like the end of the world. I think it helps me personally not be like I'm just changing the world. I'm doing it for me, and that's fine.
Yeah, no, that's fun.
If other people like it,
I like
cool.
it too. Yeah,
yeah, like,
it's
helpful.
Fun. I like being on it. Here we are, in your ears. Whoa, on your brain. Whoa, it's a great name.
It's a good name. I like it a lot. Yeah. I wanted to make one that wasn't. I wouldn't like corner me into one thing.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So I was like,
it's just like, well, what's this about? Well, I'm gonna be on it. All right, then that's the show.
Yeah, it's kind of like
that fun drug ad or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So I was trying to come up with some like
it's funny.
Here's a simple thing of like nothing too complicated. Yeah, I don't know. It's fun.
It is fun.
I have the most fun writing the post, like the post it out, and like that. I've been using those as a description now. Those like in writing are so fun to do. So fun.
Do you write out the intros?
No. When I like intro I also freeball, but those are so fun.
Freeball in the intro.
Those are so fun. Like learning different. Like the one I had a couple weeks ago was so good. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it ended with it was like, do you never? I was like, whatever it was, and then also or I forget, but I basically reference a song, like some stupid little song that's like, this is fun. Some stupid rap song. I was like, bitch, you guessed it. Like,
oh, yeah. I remember that one.
It's in the description of like 2 from here, so 33 or something. Mm-hmm. Whatever that one was, I think it was the one I did. Or 34.
You have industrious listeners. They'll dig through and find it. Don't you worry. It'll be on the wiki in no time.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know.
It is interesting. You should get the weirdest people on you can possibly get on.
It'd be interesting.
So Brian Massman, you have to find a way to contact him. That's a good episode.
I like that guy a lot.
Be like, tell me about what do you think about art, my man, and then just like get in it.
Yeah, he's such an interesting guy. Yeah, working with him is so fun because his perspective is so unique that like he'll have this.
And I think that would be an excellent launching point for this. You just get the weirdest guys you can get.
I like the interesting. I like a weird and interesting. Yeah, because that's what I want to do too. Getting back to what we were talking about, I want to like do more things that are weird and like. It's weird because I don't know if it's just I'm such a limited in terms of creative juice, or I'm just so like literally just I think too much in a funny way that I can't not make like something comedy driven. Yeah, or like comedy in that direction.
It has to. Yeah, no,
like every time I think like I'm like, oh, I want to make the serious thing, and then I
tell you, is anything more weird than humor? Like when we're faced with like things we just cannot understand, it's like. That's like what we develop to react to that is just ridiculous. And
I'm wondering if I should
lean
lean into that heavily.
Yeah, why not? Right? You just got to do what you're inclined to do. Yeah. I mean, like in that sort of art sense, you just have to follow the whatever. Yeah. Because whatever you're putting yourself into fully is what will be good.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because I want to do something more.
You can't fake it and do like, well, people might like this. I'll just do a little bit of that. No, you gotta do what you think. And even if it's like, oh, that's grotesque, like, just throw it up, put it out there. Because then, like, well, you put it, it's like people will pay attention to it at the very least. If you just throw yourself into it.
That's a good point.
Or hopefully they would anyway.
Hopefully people, yeah. Because like I want to do something. I mean, I kind of want. Because remember one time, I forget what happened, but I had posted something on Facebook and people didn't. Our mother did not approve. As is always the case, because I mean she didn't have one. She's like other people tell her, and then they're concerned, so now she's concerned because image.
There's a bug in your window. Or
but
your
it happens. They're everywhere.
Are the earwigs? It looks like
no, it's the fucking
the box elders. Yeah, I forgot
everywhere.
this place is infested.
Yeah,
I just don't want to get infested.
No.
Go on. What would you post?
I forget what it was, but I was like, I can't believe no one understood what I was doing. You're like, you're just too good. Yeah, but you're like, you're just too good at satire. That's all it is. I'm like,
oh, that's what I told you.
Yeah.
Yes, because you posted something, and yeah, people were like, or maybe one person was freaking out, but like it was taken seriously because it's quality satire.
Yeah, like I wrote something so. Or
is it not quality?
That's what I'm wondering. Is that not?
Is it too far? I guess there is a too far.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well,
so I've been like thinking if I should even care about that.
Okay. So I think quality satire is like being just enough so that they can tell it's satire.
I think most people got it though. I don't know. Should it be everyone?
Right. It should. Well, maybe not. Maybe the stupid people should be fooled. I guess. But you want just like a pixel over the line so that they it's just a joke. Like
yeah.
But I have been had. Like, but they really got me. If you're the target of the satire,
So I'm wondering. I've been debating that because like I seemingly can't not write in that direction.
No, I don't know.
Like, seems to be the case so far. I don't write too much, so I'm not really getting.
Well, just give it a shot. Try
other
things.
Is there a line? Was kind of was like, is that too? Is like, should satire always be not necessarily biting, but clearly the joke, or is there satire in not like? I don't know.
Should it always be biting? I mean, yeah, that's its point, right?
Right.
What do you think the point
biting
of satire
in comedy?
Is? Oh, biting in comedy. Well, what else? What else would satire be?
In the clear joke sense, I'm saying. Like Scary Movie is clearly the parody satire. Like you can see the joke.
Yeah, I would call that parody, not so much satire.
Okay, you don't think the same thing?
Yeah, I think. Oh no, I don't. I think satire is refined wit. It's like it's the rapier to the battle axe of parody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's a little more sleek. It has to be. It has to be confusing. Is that real? Like what?
So
is he really?
So then it should be.
So for example, Jonathan Swift's A Modest Proposal is about selling poor people's babies as a delicacy to rich people as a solution to their poverty. It gets rid of a mouth to feed.
Okay.
They'll be very valuable. Like, and it lays out a very good argument for it. And like the preamble, before you realize that's what he's proposing, he weaves it together very nicely. He's like, I've got the solution to poverty, and it comes out very nice. And it's like, and then we will sell the babies to the rich for a delicacy of food. And it's like, what the fuck? It's just it crosses the line by a pixel, and then you're sort of in on the joke, but it's still making good arguments, like a less mouth,
so,
like it just coming at it from such a practical view.
Wait, so where does it start? Does it start with?
I haven't read it in so long.
Oh, okay,
but no, you don't know right at the beginning, as I recall.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay,
and you're like sort of in it. You should read it. That's like
interesting.
It's one of the most highly regarded works of satire. It's like an essay. It's not very long.
Okay,
it's just very funny.
I like the idea of satire, but I also don't know if I care. Like, I don't think it's something I care to.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I do.
I had to read it again too. I might be remembering it totally wrong. It's very funny though.
But it's like an interesting idea, like how it's structured changes it from being good to bad. Like the joke itself is
for sure. The joke itself is that
the rich eat babies now,
right? And you could play that very blunt,
yeah.
But the way to do it is to argue very sensibly, be otherwise entirely sensible, except for that one thing.
Except for the thing you're defending.
What you don't, except for, like the crux of it is that like a baby is being eaten.
Yeah.
But like, well, I mean, yeah, everything else is so pragmatic. It's so sensible,
That's
Look at all the money they'll be making. They'll be lifting up out of wow, and they don't have, it's so funny.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I guess that's an interesting how to. Have there's always to be an argument. Like, are you always having to defend the wacky and silly? Probably, right?
No.
To make it like how do you make it otherwise? How do you make it clear that you're in on the joke? I thought the defense. Like, if you're like, oh, I'm going to be pragmatic about this ridiculous thing. Here's this ridiculous thing. Now, here's why this is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. Well, give me another example of satire. I can't even think of a thing right now that would be a good what's a good lampoon of there's political satire everywhere,
Yeah.
So,
well, I guess
some of that's a lot of that is parody. Like, a lot of that isn't subtle at all.
Yeah, because
it's a lot what you're seeing a lot of today is Trump impressions.
Yeah, well, it's just the Triumph the Insult comic.
Yeah,
might That's probably more satire.
Is it?
Because it's. Have you ever
I
watched
can't
that?
remember any of it. It was from. I remember him on the Gong Show, but very vaguely.
He is basically. He's saying absurd things in political situations, or he's just trying to like make everyone look stupid. But seemingly he's more, I guess, like his intentions are there, but he's a puppet, so like I feel like that kind of breaks the wall down where he can be a little more serious or ask something like a question that like leads you into being the butt of the joke.
Yeah.
But like I think like the dressing down of that whole thing and be like, well, his explanation of why this is the thing is he's a rubber dog. Like, don't take this thing too seriously. Don't go that, whatever. So maybe that's how that works.
Yeah, I think we should actually study satire.
I
think this is a vein we might want to mine.
Yeah, because I think it's an interesting
creative
thing.
endeavors.
Because I want to do more weird. I really like it.
More weird. Let's
Weird
get
cool.
weirder.
Yeah. Because I really want to do something weird with dreams. I don't know what. Like that was the thing I thought recently.
Yeah. Oh, right. You were just saying that. Yeah, I will
actually
sort of toss around the old noggin.
We need to fucking sit down and work out
something. Anything.
Yeah.
We need to get. Okay, so I was watching Moana.
Yeah.
And like
recently, this is the
very recently.
Okay.
So I'm just like, it changed my life. So I'm watching it and like
not for the better.
Oh God, Moana. No, it was great. I thought it was really great, but just for whatever reason, it really inspired me because like what she very early on she realizes that like her people used to be voyagers and they're like out of fish, and she's like, well, like it's in our blood to be voyagers and we need to find food somewhere, so I'm gonna like go out and travel. And she learns like whatever, she has like some mystical journey to go with it. There's like she needs to put this rock back or something, whatever the fuck.
Okay.
And
yeah, right.
I was just like, I'm stunned by the little things in this movie, but the way that they just had her hit the water, she's in a little raft, and she just gets in the fucking, takes to the ocean, like it's such a like it's so, I thought it was such an apt metaphor for like the blank canvas almost, it's like you just need to get on it and like, and it's fucking immediately pushes her back, and it's like you just gotta keep going, like
that's a good metaphor. You're right. That's a
it just hit me as like the blank can't, like this is like, and it's just, and everything in life, you just have to get on the water, you just have to.
I literally cannot tell you how this happened.
Get your boots on the ground. How'd this happen? Yeah, you just. Well, I'll tell you what happened.
Started doing
you got on the water. You did it. You just have to do it. Whatever it is. Whatever. The only thing in your way is like you.
We had a similar conversation to this effect while not sober. Remember that?
Yeah.
Similar.
But that's
just getting the it done.
Just getting the it done, and that's how we're on a podcast.
Yeah, because that's how it started. I was like, I just do it, and I like looked up how much it costs. I'm like, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Just did it, and I was like, oh,
and
we are. What's crazy too is how much of it where I'm like, that's like getting on iTunes. That sounds complicated. It takes 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
right. You think
that was super easy.
Yeah.
Like
you can just throw it out there.
So it's so like I feel like a lot of times we defeat ourselves. We're like, that's too hard.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing in the way is like thinking that you can't.
Yeah.
But because it's not the only thing in the way. Obviously some people will fail at whatever. I mean, if your endeavor is something that relies on other people or something.
That one's.
If you're like, I want to get famous, some people will fail.
That's seemingly.
But if your objective is like to create a good thing, I think anyone in like.
But I think even that
can just follow an inclination in artistic. I don't think there's a person who isn't capable of good art.
Oh no, 100%.
If you just, if they just.
Drawing is not a talent. Drawing is a skill. Yeah. Everyone can draw. You just take the 2 seconds to learn how to do it. It's not like it's.
Right, and then from there, like
taking my
as long as you're being true to your your inclination. I don't even know how else to put it. You
do what you want.
As long as you put yourself out there into it.
Yeah.
Then I don't think anyone's like incapable of it.
No, I agree, 100%. Because
maybe is that just like idealist talk? Am I being too hopeful? Are there some people who are just like? No, I think
there's 100%. Anyone can make anything.
Like anyone can make anything is quite the claim.
Yeah, I think anyone could. You could just do it.
There's got to be people who are just of a certain.
I can't imagine that.
Or they can't make.
I think it's a lot of. Here's the thing. So,
there's got to be people who okay. I want to make this point. Like if they just follow their natural inclination, the result would be like an abomination. Like they're just like a psychopath. And if they created a work of art, it would have no meaning to like most sane people. They'd be like, oh God, what the fuck? Like this is just it's just grotesque and pointless, or something. So, like there's some people, if they would follow their natural inclination, it wouldn't be beneficial. That's the only caveat there.
Well,
but I think
in that case,
in a more general sense,
the natural inclination of most people is just get the job, get the money, and sit down. Like, so no, then I guess I would think so. There's a lot of people,
but I don't think anyone's happy doing that, right? No one can be happy in like an office 9 to 5, right?
Probably people can.
I don't think so. I think we're all fucking hiding it. No one's being honest with them. No one's being honest and vulnerable. No one is a clown, so everyone's in an office.
See, a lot of people I've talked to, they're like, I'm not driven enough to do X, Y, and Z. I'll just get the safe thing and be comfortable in my free time. I think that is a lot of people, yeah. I think maybe both of us are like, oh, let's do more, but we don't know what that more is or whatever. We try a weird thing and we, whatever, you acting, podcasting, writing a thing, whatever. Mm-hmm. So we're attempting more. We don't get, like, we see further past the comfort of the job or whatever. Whatever, I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I guess maybe some people can just get into that. Like, I'm okay with getting rid of 8 hours a day. I just can't. I'm totally getting, after this job I have, it's just like an office job. I'm like, bleh. I mean, it's not that bad. Like, I actually like the people I work with. No, it's not that.
That's the thing. It's not that bad.
Right, it's not that bad.
I have an office job too. It's not that bad.
I need to go do. I'm gonna figure something else out because it's just temp. So I'm gonna. Like, I just want to figure something else out. But I also need to make like a good amount of money for the loans and stuff. You now need
to make like this. That's the thing too. Is with
I'm now
you can't be flowery about that.
I can't be fucking around. So
you have to
I need to. What I'm thinking is like something with sales or something where I can drive around.
Okay.
That I might be able to get into.
It's not
like
fun.
Making appointments. No, not like cold calls or getting people.
It's the driving part. Like just to do a thing like that. It's not fun. Depending on how far you're driving, it can really start to hurt.
Interesting.
It's not pleasant. Like
I'm not bad with driving. Maybe I'm just different, but I really enjoy
physically it's like not pleasant.
Okay.
So like it will start to wear
maybe
you.
all day sitting like that.
Try like it's not I've done it twice now. It's not that fun. It gets a little wearing. I mean, if you travel in small.
So what's a kind of fun thing to do? I guess there's not much.
There's nothing. It's kind of fun to make a lot of money. Yeah, you just got to go.
I think I do want to do sales though. I want to do something where like what I'm doing sort of directly correlates with what I'm making.
Okay.
Like if I'm working harder, I'm making more.
Okay.
That seems more like
scary.
High risk, high reward. I love playing rogues, bro. I'm like so into that. I think it's fun. I mean, just because, like, what else are you gonna do, man? I don't know.
Everything else.
Yeah, I guess be comfortable and do. But I want to be like fully engaged with like work. I don't want to be like comfortable at work and then like, put it all out like acting. I want to sort of like find a little bit of meaning in everything I'm doing. So I want to be doing something where I'm working hard and making more because of that or something like that.
Do you fear that you're going to get comfortable with enjoying what you do?
What do you mean get comfortable? No. If I started like a job that I liked, I would, do it as long as I was inclined,
Okay.
Because God knows how long it would take to get, some kind of acting company going, if at all,
Mm-hmm.
So you have to. I mean, just.
But is that the only route for that?
Huh?
Is it the only route for acting?
Oh no! I'm just saying, like for what I'm like giving the old try to now. It's a tough. Well, we'll see. I think
I'm kind of feeling what needs done, or what you could do, is utilizing the internet more in that direction.
I see what you're saying.
Like, I really think, like,
I wonder.
Theater. How do I put this? Theater company is almost small scale.
Yeah.
Like you could take, or unless you guys film that, or just something where you could put it out further. Like just keeping it local seems smaller scale, where it's like everything's going the internet direction.
I have to explain it off air because it's like I think it's like business things. But we did. There was like talk of like an online presence that I think you would find interesting.
Okay.
But sorry, listener. It's like actually like a business thing. Yeah. I just don't want to. I don't know what I can say.
Yeah. But like I feel like a lot of stuff these days, because like
I mean, if you want to make it sort of like big and
I'm not saying big.
No, but I'm not saying big either. But like, if you want to find enough audience to sustain yourself, that's an excellent avenue to do so.
I just feel like it's a better,
like the internet.
Here's the thing. No, I'm saying internet too. This is not so you can be famous or take off or anything like that.
No.
I say putting on the internet.
Sustain you is what I'm saying.
Not even that either.
What do you think?
Putting it on there because the one person who has no chance of ever seeing it actually gets a chance to enjoy it.
Okay. Oh, that's okay. I was going for the reason of like because I'm looking at it from the goal of making it professional, which is, doing that for a living.
Right.
So I'm saying, like, I was thinking business-wise, reaching the audience, but from an artistic point of view,
I think the internet 100% needs to go everything is on there.
You should get what you can up there, because that's for a person who it would be otherwise impossible for them to see it, would get to see, like, that's amazing.
But
You're
here's
right.
the thing. You do that enough times. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
You do that enough times, people are willing. You find that 1,000 people who are willing to pay you to do it. You then work the whole
and
job.
you just like Patreon it or whatever. That's what I was getting at.
But like that's what I'm saying. Is like you're saying like go on that don't do that because of the or that's impossible or harder because of the financial part.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's a good thing. Right. Financially, that's a good.
But like
move.
it works out, and if it one can they to the other. Going for the objective of like there's a band I've recently been listening to a lot of.
Yeah.
Pale Waves. Shout out to them. I love them so much. They're the best. They are in Manchester. Mm-hmm. They did a few things over here, but they're primarily over there. If it wasn't for the internet, I wouldn't know who they are. They have five songs on Spotify. Mm-hmm. They have a few things on YouTube. There's no way I should have ever done this.
All right, but I have to tell you this though, because this is kind of important. Is like we're like the Grateful Dead. We're interested in playing for warm bodies. You know what I'm saying? Like
right, but you can lead one to the other. You know
you can lead one to the other. It needs what I think we should do is like the archive.org thing that like the Dead has, where they just have like all their shows up online. Like it doesn't necessarily need to be all of them, but there needs to be recordings of the live performances.
Right. I'm just saying
if anything, I don't want to perform for. I don't think.
I'm not saying
what we're interested in is performing for a camera, but yes, you're right. I think
need to
archived and put up
it there.
Yeah, and what's good about like Shakespeare is like you can do that. Anyone can put it up there because it's not. No one owns it anymore.
It's hard to explain because like the internet right now, I think eventually people are gonna start piecing this together, but it seems cold. It seems super uncreative. It seems very very weird, but it's 100% what needs to be that is the media that
that's like the prime distributor. It needs to be. It's the best. It's the best thing we have right now.
Like you could be like, oh, we want to play for warm bodies. We want to have people. Blah, blah, blah. Putting it here for the cold and the heartless and like just the machine of the internet can eventually lead to that.
To the warm bodies showing up and what have you.
Exactly. To focus, you need to like. It's such an easy way to like.
The other.
Put exactly.
This is a great. I should pitch this to the gang.
Yeah. Like I
no, but I've always had the idea. Like it's always been in the back of my head. Like the online presence.
It should be the front of your head.
And they all actually know the online presence is.
But no one really. I think because a lot of people think like you do, where it's like, oh, but like it's weird and cold and like it's not really a thing. And it's weird.
I do think
doing this has helped a lot for me to see that, where it's like, no, this is actually a lot.
And people approach you in real life about it. They're like, dude, heard on your potty. And you're like, oh no, little old me. Yeah,
so,
you know what I'm saying?
It's the same thing where it's like, this is just a weird, cold thing. If I do these by myself, I'm staring at my monitor, talking like a fucking crazy person.
People will come.
But yeah, so it adds to it. And like you can, to affect, the fact that I love this band that has barely any music, and I'm watching live shows off of cell phones trying to get different songs out so I can hear different songs. But I have nothing about who I am, where I live, or anything I do with my life leads to me ever finding this band unless the internet exists.
Yeah.
Now
true.
I've bought their EP that's going to come out. I'm fucking going to their show in April. Like I'm the one now.
Well,
a cold body
music was distributed other ways before.
They're so small though. I wouldn't be going to this show.
Okay, gotcha. That's for sure.
They have like maybe 10 songs.
Okay,
now.
Then
they don't have an album when I found them. They don't have an EP yet.
Got it.
They have. You're right. They have just singles. Not even 2 or 4 of them have been released as singles. The rest of them are just songs they play live. Mm-hmm. There's no reason
awesome.
I should have seen.
That sounds like an awesome band. When is this?
It's in April 14th, I think.
I have no idea what my show schedule is. I don't know what I'm asking.
They're incredibly small.
Yeah.
Incredibly. Eventually, I should know who they are because they'd have an EP. They have a record label that's like sizable. So maybe they get out. They shut it out by the end of the year. But the fact that I found them now, understand that I love them now and everything that they're doing, and this weird little small community, and like literally kind of becoming like a Tumblr fangirl for this group, finding like just weird like cell phone information. Like I want to watch this thing.
What? Oh, cell phone information.
Their film. Like here's a song they play this thing.
Of them on someone's cell phone.
Exactly,
hilarious.
Yeah. It's like going out of my way to find that stuff.
Just but, like hunting around. Yeah. That's actually super fun. That sounds fun as hell.
You know, this is the internet is the reason that I'm able to feel this way about a group of 4 people. Mm-hmm. You know, who I otherwise have no reason to know who they exist. I can't go to one of their bar shows in Manchester right now. They're fucking across the ocean.
Yeah.
They've only been over here once, really. And they were with another band that I don't even like that much, so I wouldn't even pay attention. I wouldn't have gone to that show. So you see, like I'm saying, like you need to have that where like, who's the small kid in Manchester that's gonna find your group? And be like, oh wow, these are awesome.
Yeah, right. And they're like, oh shit, I would fly out for that shit.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
Or whatever, or like
but just
or like look at the Dollop. They have a huge following in Australia.
Yeah, hilarious.
Most of the people are in Australia.
It's like mostly American
so they go to Australia
history.
all the time.
Yeah, I love it. The
like
live
that. So like
funny.
you don't even know if like you have an audience, but they're all in France.
Could you imagine?
now once a year you guys go out to France and do a weird thing.
Yeah, we have like I would love to go to Europe. Oh my god, just for like festivals or something. Just do like a French fest up there.
So just find your Tom to your Pale Ways.
My heart. The what?
Pale Ways is the name of the band. So find your Tom.
Yeah,
for
find
Pale
my
Ways.
Tom for fuck yeah.
So put it online in some way, and so it's gonna feel cold and weird, and it's not gonna be great or whatever. But like,
in the end, you
will only benefit to someone. You can only benefit to your cause, to you.
Yeah. To you.
So I would say do it.
Unless we get caught up in an internet scandal, Tom. What if that happened? I'm just kidding.
You just back out. You just
then you just fucking backing out, man.
It's just the internet.
Bring it on back to the capital region.
You turn that shit off. You just pretend it never happened.
Hilarious.
Look at all the other people who do this shit. You apologize and move forward.
Yeah, do a crying vlog and then turn that shit off. Or just keep doing it. Most people just cry and do it again.
Like, I'm not saying you have to, like, have a vlog presence.
No, I know.
That would benefit you actually a lot, but, like, regardless.
Well, yeah, maybe.
I don't think I also don't think they're, like, a creative, like, place. Vlogs. I would never want to do one.
Super weird. That's weird. This is audio vlogging. Shut your
camera thing. I don't like
hole.
the talking into the camera part of it.
What do you like about it? Well, no, when you talk
because I don't look at anything when I talk alone. Like I probably just stare in one corner of my screen, look weird. I couldn't handle the weird camera part of it. That's weird.
Okay, so that's what makes it weird.
That's the part I don't like. The talking into the camera, the directly part, talking to the camera part.
But like when you talk alone, you're talking directly to people. It's just you're not looking. That's fine though.
It's the eye contact that makes it weird for me.
It's a little weird.
When I watch one and they're staring at me, it feels a little weird.
It was a little weird. There was
Let's let him in.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
He's such a cunt.
Get in here, you little cunt. Okay.
The eye contact thing. That's what makes it weird.
Yeah. What was I saying? Some just YouTube girl had videos where she like would just sit down and drink coffee and talk to you, and I was like,
okay.
Yeah, I saw like one or two, but you're right. It's weird. It's like, I have like friends. I don't need to like sit here and like.
People love them. They do really
people
well.
do love them. Yeah, they are. Well, yeah, that kind of. Yeah, I don't know.
So I'm not saying they're bad. They're not for me.
Right.
As someone who wants to make stuff, that's not something I would want to make. But I'm saying for you guys, if you did like a vlog thing, that would benefit as well because you have a secondary. You make the people behind the creation.
I wonder if I'd be okay on that on the other end of a vlog.
There are a lot of people who do vlogs that are.
I'd actually find it a lot more warm to be the one reaching out than I find it to be the one watching that kind of video.
Yeah.
I would feel much more comfortable looking into the camera and being like, talking to it because it feels more. It just feels like, oh, this is lonely. I'm watching someone talk to me, but like,
But I guess you're invested in like their life and like.
Yeah, I guess so.
A lot of people use it for like.
It doesn't feel lonely because they are a real person. It's not like.
Yeah.
And they are reaching out. They just want to talk to people.
They like you.
They like you because you're listening. Like
no, they like you. Want someone to.
Oh, right. They like you. Yes.
Yeah.
But they do.
They like you as well.
They like you for coming in to listen. So you should feel comfortable in their video.
I mean, there are some I've watched and people that
it's not for me either.
Or like even I'll watch like the one group I watched. They're starting to do them, and it's like more like behind the scenes stuff, like them hanging out, what they're doing when the cameras aren't on, and they're performing, they're being professional.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is interesting. Like this is like. Oh, the one guy went to do stand-up comedy. That's fun. Look at them all like hanging out and like learning about this thing. And this is neat. Like stuff like that, where it's like this, So maybe I get it. Like people want to know a little bit more about like everyone wants to know about everyone's personal life. Yeah. Like so that helps too to break that barrier down. Like they're not a corporate machine person, and they do weird things in their spare time, whatever. Yeah. So
yeah, vlogs are fun.
Yeah, it's I think.
I guess
But yeah, I definitely think you guys should.
Not for me, but yeah, we should put things. Yeah, I'm with you. I think just like good old fashioned archive.
G4
footage.
would still be around if they listened to Kevin Pereira.
What was Kevin Pereira's suggestion?
Put it online.
Yeah,
gamers and nerds are online.
Yeah,
they don't care
thinking?
about TV.
God
but
damn.
It was a bunch of old people running the station.
Good old
so they were like,
G4. Yeah, the whole thing collapsed because they were.
That's why he started producing The Attack, which is The Attack, the show, just on Twitch.
Very nice.
Like recently, like in the last like 4 years or something.
Oh shit, he does, and it's got like good production value.
Yeah,
Just
it's not
plays
him.
live
He's
on
just the
Twitch.
producer of it. But
Yeah,
so he
but
hired
still.
2 young people that do it instead.
Yeah, that was the move.
Yeah.
He's in it.
Oh, he's smart. He's a
smart guy.
Kevin Ferrer is a smart guy. I look up
what's
to that
up.
guy a lot.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's
Whenever his podcast comes out, I stop everything. Like I want to hear what's going on in Kevin's life.
yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
He actually has an episode.
What's his podcast like? I've never heard it.
Similar to this, just hanging out with people,
Just
talking
hanging
to
out.
people.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, a lot of them.
This is the best
Yeah.
podcast format.
I love it so much.
What is anyone else
Yeah.
thinking? No, I'm just kidding. I
love
don't
it. This is for
personally
me.
like
This is what I
fiction
want.
ones, but
Yeah.
yeah, like people get into that.
I told you when I went to that podcast panel at PAX East last year. A lot of people that were there want to do a fictional, like story-based, almost like a radio play version of a podcast.
Right, and that's what they're asking questions
Yeah,
about.
and I did not think that's what people wanted to do because I don't listen to those.
Right, yeah, neither do I really.
I
I
listen-
could probably get into one. I just have to find the right one, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never
I have to dig around.
I didn't
little.
think Night Vale was that great. I thought it was
No,
okay.
I wasn't. I thought it was funny, but it didn't keep me like.
No,
it didn't keep me. Maybe if I was listening to it by installment.
Oh, maybe yeah.
You know, if it was new Night Vale.
Not marathoning them.
Yeah, because it's like wow, this is sort of.
The
it gets a
podcasts are
little
the
tiring.
only medium.
So maybe I could listen to it. I'll just like pop out.
Yeah,
pop out
podcasts are the
one
only
every
medium
once in
that
a while.
I don't backlog.
Mhm.
I don't go back and see what
Yeah, I'll
stuff's
just-
going on. I
because
just pick it up where it
when
starts.
You've got a lot on your plate. You listen to a lot.
I listen to
don't
a
you?
lot.
So yeah,
But I could
makes
just
sense
listen
for
to
you.
Giant Bomb exclusively and been listening to their history. I could just listen to Rogan, every single one of them or whatever, and there's thousands of those.
That's ridiculous.
I could have that could be my day at work, but I
Yeah.
listen to the newest one of each one. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
because
you know.
if you're listening to conversation ones, it's a lot better when they're topical.
Yeah, I like it more. And like sure you miss some of the things that they're talking about. Maybe they reference something.
Yeah,
previous
but
things,
you
but
can,
like
you can power through.
you eventually learn and become part of the in joke.
Right.
You turn on, you're like, I don't know what you're talking
become
about.
part
and
of the
then,
community.
And the in joke, yeah. So like have you ever listened to Your Mom's House with Tom Segura and Christina P?
No.
Fucking start.
Okay.
Have you listened to either of them do
glancing.
stand up?
Tom Segura.
Okay. She's also hilarious.
Yeah.
She has one on Netflix as well. Mother Inferior. It's so good. They're just both so funny. And like there's a lot of jokes. Like if you listen to right now the newest one that was out, it starts with like a lot of their fans will make like musical remixes of stuff they said or like videos that
What?
So like a lot of times they'll open an episode, they play some
what a fan base to have. Holy
so
shit.
they have like that one, the song they opened the newest one with was like something to the effect of like would you date your dad? And it's them going like, yeah, totally. And like this was like them like the audio of them saying like, would you date your dad? And then audio of them later going like, yeah, totally. And like it's like this weird song of like it's weird stuff like that. But like they always start episodes with like, and they'll do it throughout the show. Tom will just throw up a clip of some crazy YouTube video, like this one girl who's like, she's got to be high or something, but she's like dressed all weird. And she's like, "Hey Hitler," and like about to say happy birthday to Hitler. And it's like they're like, well, she's obviously crazy, but like, "Hey Hitler" is a thing that fans of this podcast say to each other when they meet each other. So like when they go to their shows, like for a while, Tom would walk out to do a show, and the whole crowd would scream like, "Hey Hitler!" It's like people who don't know. It's like this is super weird. Why are they calling him Hitler? But like it's like a reference to this thing.
Oh
like,
man, that's funny.
now they're using this one video that's fucking hilarious. It's a guy who's probably methed out of his mind.
Good shit.
And he's what the fuck does he need?
He's so out.
He doesn't ever make up. Just leave the door unhinged so he can just come in and out. Go, leave, stop. You're just interrupting everything. It's so it's like a guy who's probably totally methed out, and he's like, yeah, I'm just looking for hot black guys who want to fuck. Piss on me, shit on me, I don't care, or hit me, I don't care, fucking just try it out. And it's like this fucking. I wish I knew the actual video because it sounds. I just listened to them listening to it or watching it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. This guy, he gives his actual address out. He's like,
What the fuck?
I'm looking for thugs. You come from prison. Invite your friend. Frank can live too. Get at least the key. Just gotta piss on me, beat me. I don't care. Just try it out. It's so funny.
What the fuck?
But people make remixes of that.
Yeah, man, that's where it's at. That's hilarious. What a fan base.
Or like,
that's all you can ever hope for.
Oh, it's amazing.
You
And,
just want like a weirdo fan base.
And like you'll just like every once in a while like they'll just be talking and like they'll just be like, just try it out. Like they just reference this weird video and it's hilarious.
I just want to fill somebody's niche. I want to be like one person's favorite thing.
Yeah, because like they'll have guests on. They're like, you guys are so weird. And it's just like because they just do them and like there's people and when they were telling like they did a game where you would film yourself asking your parents. So on the last day of you being 69, you're about to turn 70. Are you and mom going to 69? And they'd film the reactions, and so
why would they do that?
Exactly.
That is hilarious.
So like it's super silly, super weird and childish and awkward and weird.
Yeah.
Someone was a guest on.
Are they like the same age, or do they do it at respective they did it on their respective birthdays? But are they close in age? I'm just
no,
curious.
actually, she's a little older. I think she's 41, 42, and he's 38 or something like that.
Oh, so it took them a long time.
No.
They asked them
fans asked their parents.
Now I see what you're saying.
And film it and send it to them.
Hilarious.
Yes. So someone
God.
he had all asked his parents that, and it was like funny.
Got it.
And that's what gave them the idea. So the fans are doing it, sending them videos, and then they watch reaction. And someone was a guest and was like, "This is so weird, but like, you clearly have a very like your fan base. It's like this speaks to your fan base.
Yeah.
Like this is weird, and I don't really get this at all. But like
there are people
your
who
fans
really
clearly
love
do, and you're literally you're filling the niche. So like only people that like you guys are gonna think this is hilarious. And like I think it's really funny. This is one of my favorite podcasts right now. Because like they're just ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit. What's it called again?
Your Mom's House.
Your Mom's House. I will hit that shit up.
It's very strange. They talk
into that.
They talk a lot about poop. A lot about
who doesn't love talking about poop?
They have like they have like a thing called dental update. They'll ask their guests like, so how are your teeth? You brushing? You flossing?
Like you're the dentist.
Yeah,
that's great.
So they do weird shit like that where it's like this is just odd. I don't get it. But like,
should you start doing weird recurring things?
If it comes up, I'll do
some quirky shit going in here. Do some weird shit.
It'd be easier if there was like a consistent second person, I think.
Yeah, that might be true.
Because like you see it with like Joe Rogan and Jamie. Like,
should I hop in?
If you'd like to, you can come into all these.
Yeah.
Most of these.
I could come into most of them because I'm a pretty busy guy. But if you just like give me like a little bit of notice and I'll try to fit them in. I'd love to be on a laptop looking shit up. Yeah. I'd love to play Jamie. I think that'd be so fun.
That would be pretty funny.
Yeah,
because I would love to have something like that.
Or should I just be like the other host?
You could be the other one.
We could just be co-hosting it.
That's fine. Like there's the one show I watch is the Game Over Greggy show because that was his YouTube channel that they.
Well, then wait. It would still be your name in the title, Tom.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
I can't change that anymore. It's way too far now. But like that just became like their flagship show. Like this is what this channel is. It's not even called that anymore. That's just
distortion. Yeah.
But like that's just kind of like so like that's possible. You know, like it's never been undone. It's not super weird. I guess.
We can just do it, dude. We can do it. We can do whatever we want, dude. This is your podcast.
It's true. But yeah, like that'd be kind of fun, I guess, to have it. But that'd be easier to have like
themes. We can have a dynamic duo. We can do whatever we want.
To have like some stupid banter going back and forth. It's easier when you have a consistent person. Yeah. Because if I was just like,
we can develop inside jokes. Yeah, which we already have by the number.
Oh yeah.
So we just start developing them on air, and then we can have a weird, goofy little.
Anytime anyone goes, oh no, I literally start just going down that whole thing.
Just reciting an entire Newgrounds video.
And the condom broke.
Shut the fuck up, you piece of shit.
I love it so much.
It's so great.
I found it finally.
What is it called? The worst story?
Most horrible story? The worst story ever told? Something like that? It's got a weird name, so it's hard to like remember what it's called to find it.
Yeah, so, our industrious listeners will find that, Tom. Don't you worry about it.
But I found it, and then I was like, I'm going to save this just in case it ever goes away forever.
Oh, you got it?
I have it. Like, I have a downloaded version of it.
Thank God.
For the preservation of this video.
Yeah, it's
literally one of the most important videos I ever saw, like that developed my humor.
Yeah, it's just like fucked up, absurdist nonsense.
Yeah, it's super twisted and weird, but it's funny.
It's like
the juxtaposition of a little boy telling you this horrible story.
And then you didn't get Sunny Delight.
Yeah,
oh my God.
The punchline is he doesn't even care about any of the shit that's going on. All his relatives dying and stuff.
It's so bizarre.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was funny at the time. I'll tell you what.
It's still kind of funny.
It's still kind of funny. I'll tell you what. I put it on
and I'm like, this. I'm enjoying myself. This is like is a level of silliness that I can get behind.
Fuck yes.
Like, and it's that. I think juxtaposition is super important for like a lot of the comedy,
for
like
humor.
that.
Oh yes.
Especially when it's like very absurdist or like dramatic humor like that, where it's like his fucking parents are dying and stuff, but like this juxtaposition of a little boy telling the story and like his silly voice. It's clearly a grown man doing it.
It's clearly a guy doing kid voice.
Oh no! Like that's what it sounds like. So like
it's
like a weird. It's just some guy putting a high pitched voice on, but like it's really great. The shitty animation style
really
and
quality.
Stuff.
Yeah, because it was Flash, so it was just like a series of pictures.
It was like MS Paint.
It was MS Paint for sure.
It was like literally
or something like that. It was terrible, but it was
like the only times it ever animates is the dirty cereal part.
Dude, we were howling. I remember that. I remember laughing so hard the first time we watched that.
That video is just literally we laughed so hard at that, and then Teen Girl Squad.
Yeah. Fucking Teen Girl Squad killed us, dude. Homestar Runner in general was funny,
so funny.
But like our first couple of Teen Girl Squads fucking murdered us. We were dead.
The fucking hey bunkmate. Could you help me insert these 37 needles or something before I enter a coma?
Ma.
And the way he was like,
we're just like on air reciting fucking Homestar Runner. I don't even care. That was developmentally hilarious.
It's so important.
That made me who I am. I was a
100%.
different man getting up from the little seat next to your big seat, you piece of shit. I'm on your show with your fucking name on it.
Yeah.
Oh, you piece of shit, huh?
Hey, maybe you should do something.
Yeah, maybe I should do my own shit.
Yeah,
I'm an actor. I just do what people tell me, Tom. Look what you've done to me.
But yeah, like that shit is so important. I think for a lot of, like,
for sure.
That definitely crafted a lot of Homestar Runner stuff.
Humor there.
Like even stuff where it wasn't like laugh out loud funny. I think I definitely learned a lot of just.
Yeah, I was soaking it all in. I soaked in a lot of the internet bullshit of like funny just animations and just what other people were throwing out.
It's so interesting too that today it's mostly the vlog person. It's not the animated shorts and stuff that like. That are the popular thing that like people are gonna remember fondly back on.
People are more into people than
personalities.
They thought. Yeah, I guess because it was more. The internet's already so cold, and maybe people are like, I feel, you can feel so detached looking at text or pictures, but at least there's like a person who's talking, looking at you. Maybe that's why people do the eye contact videos, and people really like them. It's a way to warm up the cold medium.
Yeah, because I definitely think when we were getting into it. The reason we were appealed to the cartoons and the animations were happening is because no one really, it wasn't a thing where you have all of your information online already. When you went online, you went it for a purpose. There wasn't a Facebook, you just browsed. There wasn't a thing it wasn't a Twitter, your name is just attached to and you're always on in quotes, but you're you're not looking at it, you're just there. It's always there, it's perpetuating. So that didn't really exist back then, back in like the early 2000s. So maybe it was because there wasn't that thing, so you could be a little more anonymous and be like, it's just this weird thing I made that doesn't have me.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of anonymity to that.
Well, that was
something like
person.
Newgrounds.
Yeah, now it's more about like the person, because you're already online.
Your content medium is usually to go for one of those social media things. That's how people like to distribute a lot of their
A lot of people just like social media
work.
I think.
Because that's where people, that's where people are distributing a lot of work, because that's where a lot of people are. So, there's going to be a face attached to content.
So that's probably why that's made that transition.
But boy, is it. And I think that's why we like this weird. We have this like weird fascination, because, like, what all that was just weird shit. But when it hit, it fucking smashed it. When it hit, it was so funny. But like there was you wade through hours of racist garbage, celebrity parodying bullshit, horrible, just nasty, just the worst. Like just kids who don't know what the fuck they're doing. Yeah. But man, some of it was just. They just really nail it.
Yeah.
So you gotta be weird if you want to be the funniest thing, or so.
I definitely think it's partly.
That's what humor is, though, right? It's just like this weird response to things that are absurd, or just,
I guess it's true.
That don't make sense, things that don't add up. It's like what the
right?
That's
abnormal.
Like you just start. You get it's the abnormality of it. That's what humor is. It's like it's an interesting. Like reaction? Is it a reaction, or it's the thing itself? No, humor is the thing itself. Humor is what it is. Reaction is laughing.
Oh, I guess.
What is humor? In any case.
Yeah. But a weird thing a weird thing I just found out was so like we were talking about German expressionism earlier on the show briefly, but like I love it. Like visually is so like awesome, and I really want to like mess around with that shit. But like it's never been funny, but I feel like that's just where my inclination. That's kind of where that whole thing was coming from. I was like, I want to do one of these, but they're always very serious and
that's a good point.
Dramatic, but I don't think I would want to do that. So I'm trying to balance between like, how much do I want to rely on which one?
Yeah.
But what I found out recently, so I was talking to Mom about something similar to this briefly, or just media in general, and she was like, you know what really messed you guys up? Talk about you and me. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, really?
Apparently you hated it. Like, would cry and be like, turn this off. I don't want to do this.
What a pussy I was. I love that movie.
I don't even think that is the thing. But, like, and apparently it kind of creeped me out, too. But now that I think about it, I think that being unpleasant, unsettling nature has crafted me to way prefer that.
Yes, we really hated when our mom would, like, start to tell us a scary story.
Yeah.
We couldn't stand. It was like, oh, my God, no. Why would you do that? Why would anyone want to be scared? It's the worst.
Right.
But now we're like, whatever. Give me the grotesque shit.
Right. But like, and like visually
Spooky.
too, and like, I'm not even just scary.
But not even visually.
Like,
you're right.
It's like how the terror somehow crafted like an actual love for it and an obsession for this look as like that gothic
like an aesthetic obsession.
Like that is very much. Like I could pull a picture of what Pale as Waves looks like, and you're gonna be like, "Fucking Tom, classic Tom." Like,
that's classic Tom.
Exactly what a band Tom would like. They're gonna look like, because they actually I think I have it here. Actually.
Lay it on me. Sorry, everyone who's not looking. Yep, can confirm it is classic Tom.
Yeah, it's the picture they have on Spotify. But like that just like the reason I even clicked on their first video is because I was like, oh, that's visually that lines up with my visual values.
Yes. Dude. Yes.
And so
my visual values. This aligns with my visual values. Who the fuck? Who are you talking to like this? Just keep all this articulation to yourself, you little shithead. You're actually just being a goofball. Okay.
but actually though, yeah,
just a fucking pinky out when it's just you, bro. You're no one treats you like you do.
But yeah, that's just it appeals to me a lot. So I'm like, that. But I was afraid of it as a child. Yeah. So I'm wondering how much of
some creepy shit.
I wonder how much of people being like, no, for the children, like, is that always? Maybe we should let kids be uncomfortable and weird because like they may find weird, cool things that like structure them in a positive way ultimately.
Fuck yeah.
Because that's when I thought about that recently. I thought it was weird that like I know I love like that look of that.
I do too,
and I assume you too. Yeah, but we were both terrified of it.
Yes, we were. That's very bizarre. I don't even know. I couldn't even pinpoint when the shift was made.
I don't either. I don't remember being afraid of it ever.
No, I don't either. That's interesting.
But apparently
you say that.
It was so
Christmas,
bad.
I don't remember at all. I remember being afraid of scary movies and stuff. And if it would come on, like Goosebumps would come on, I'd be like,
I'd be terrified. But it was apparently the way it looked unsettled us as like 2 and 3 year olds. And I don't remember this at all. But Mom was no, it was very clear.
I get it. It makes sense.
No, I don't. Said it. I wasn't like blown away, but I
just
don't remember it.
Right. Neither I personally don't have. It was before I could like form memories. I guess.
That's just interesting. But I think that's interesting that we were uncomfortable with it once and now embrace it. Like I wonder if that would be the same. Because a lot of people do look at that and go, "This is super weird."
Yep.
Like that's like a weird movie. Like why would you watch that? But like I want to watch it all the time. Like I wish there's more stuff to look like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I think I wonder how much of what seemingly trauma actually comes out as a positive thing in terms of media like that.
Yeah, and just like being exposed to something.
Obviously, there's stuff that's trauma will remain trauma, but like something you're once
in like relation to art, like maybe very much disliking something early can sort of flip you around. I don't know.
And are you like I can't imagine.
Are people just maybe? I don't know. I don't know if I can draw some generalization.
Because I can't assume you're born with your
taste.
Your taste, yeah. Like it's
no
gotta
idea.
be.
It's gotta be a combination of something.
Because like our parents don't visually they don't like movies that we always like or music or art.
Yeah. You're right. Okay, yeah, you're probably right. I think maybe for art and like cultural taste, it might entirely be social then. Social and like
crafted, right? Yeah.
Like whatever you see. Yeah.
But it's not always what you experience positively. Apparently.
Apparently not. But maybe that wasn't why. Maybe because I don't remember being like super into this like the aesthetic of weird until fairly recently. No, not fairly recently.
The words so fairly recently.
No, I didn't put in the. No, I have been weird since maybe like 4th grade or something. I don't know. Like I was young when people started calling me weird.
Yeah, me too. But like,
so it really wasn't much longer after that. And I don't know how much I embraced. No, I didn't embrace that. I thought that was, and I was like, I prefer it to being like everyone else is sort of my
I was definitely not being called weird. Dial the shit back.
I was just a weirdo. I was loud and I tried to like get people to laugh. I was always shooting for the laugh.
See, I never wanted to unless I still think this way, but like I never want to be given the attention. I want to earn it. So I would never I'd never be the biggest one in the room, but I would try to whatever I said or
put
did.
Out quality content.
I would be like, I want this to. I literally can remember being like writing something in school and being like, the teacher's gonna love this, and hand up, and she would have no reaction. I was like, fuck. Like I can remember doing that several times. I'd be like, Mom and Dad are gonna think
funny.
They're gonna love this. Yeah, they think it's so funny. They think this is gonna be so good. And I'd give it to them. And they had like no reaction. And I was like,
rats.
Need to work harder, I guess. Like it was so like I can remember like a lot where I was like, and the kid would be like super loud in the class. I'd be like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be the loud one and the one that's who's getting. I want the spotlight because I earned it, not because I'm demanding it. So from a very young age, I try to do that. But still would be.
That's a super interesting perspective because I just went for it. I was just like, hey guys, look at me. And everyone's like, you're a weirdo. But I just went for it.
Never.
And here we are.
Still would get labeled a weirdo, but I would never go for it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess, okay. So then I didn't do nearly as much thinking about it. But here's what I'm figuring now. It's better to just go for it and be called a weirdo than not be going for it and be called a weirdo.
I don't think being called anything matters anymore.
Oh, that's a pretty good perspective. You're in a good spot there, my man. Yeah,
because I just don't. Doesn't help.
I think it's helpful for me in finding my type for acting. Like how I would be cast. So I don't know if you knew this, but I'm adorable. And that's like a big part in like where I get cast.
Oh,
you know,
interesting.
I'm like, I look weird. I'm so tall and skinny. Like I'm a beanpole. It's like, I'm so visually distinctive. I'm someone's funny buddy. I'm not the protagonist.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know? So you have to, you got to sort of know that thing about yourself.
I guess.
You do. I mean, if you want to audition for things, you need to know who you are,
right?
So that you can put yourself in a position to get roles. You need to know, or not who you are, how other people perceive you.
That I'm always interested in.
See, you just said you don't care what people call you.
I'm interested in it, but I don't let it affect my actions.
Okay.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm interested in it, but I'm not going to let it affect what my decisions are. Where I go. But I would like to know.
Yeah.
I think it would always be kind of cool, but I'd never want to because I always I'll never say like I said, I don't tell people I even have a podcast. I don't tell people I do this. I don't because I don't want. I'd rather them bring it up to me than be like, oh, and also like, I don't think it's necessarily a point of bragging, but like I wouldn't also be like, oh, I'm a podcaster. If someone asked me what I did, like that wouldn't happen because it's not what I do full time. It's not what it's just a thing I do. Yeah. So like I have a difficult time like labeling myself as it is.
Yeah, but you should say you're a podcaster, but if you do, people would like judge you and be like, oh, that's not what you do for a living.
Or would they?
Would they?
I don't know.
Oh, I guess I don't know. Maybe but you'd be like, oh, well, like, because they'd be like, oh, is that your job? You'd be like, oh, no, I do like another thing during the day, but like, that's what because this is like.
But then people would be like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, maybe if you just start like, if you like, like market yourself. I'm not saying market yourself like that, but like just, I'm saying the words, but that's just the way I want to say like. Label yourself. If you label yourself as that, I don't, would people look down at you?
I don't know. See, I always thought that.
I guess you might as well give it a
100%.
shot.
Always thought that was the case as a child, but the more...
I mean, telling people you're an actor is like, oh, okay. that's because that's such a stereotypical...
Honestly, I don't know
if you say podcaster, it's a totally different thing, I think, because that's kind of interesting.
A lot of people think it's weird.
They think it's weird. Well, it's weird. It is. I
definitely think it's weird.
Yeah. I'm with you too.
Medium.
I think we all think it's weird. It's just...
Especially when I do it alone.
That's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But I can just do it.
Yeah.
It's like it's interesting the way it's like like worked out, I guess, in that capacity. Because like I remember a couple times I have told people like, oh, I like them. And they're like, what the fuck? So I don't know what would the reaction be the same if I was like, I do one? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because like when you put a face to it, I wonder if people would have a similar reaction.
I wonder. Yeah, I think you should just try telling people. Maybe. Just see what happens. Who knows? Maybe people will start listening.
People do.
You actually do have listeners.
So I don't know.
Well,
not a ton. I'm not.
Right. But like, there's actually like
people who care.
It's not like literally zero every time.
It's so weird. Cause, I would sometimes think it would be told. Actually, that's what I broke the barrier to doing this. Was I was like, if this isn't for me, then I'm not doing it. Mm-hmm. If I'm doing it for other people or doing it for the recognition, I can't be doing this. I have to be doing this because I want to.
It's just fun to talk.
Yeah.
Which is great.
And then so then I was like, well, what should I do? Because I was trying to figure out what to do. And I was like, well, I can just talk to myself anyway. I might as well put a microphone and put it on the internet.
Yep.
One to the other. But so yeah, it was just kind of like minimizing or mathing out what my skill set, what I already do, and then how to make it a thing. So that was like an easy step towards it. But I wouldn't consider this art, so I want to do like more...
Right.
More traditional art.
Yeah, something fine. Some fine art.
So I really want to do film though, because I love visual art more than
visual media.
Yeah. Visual media I think is way more fun for me personally.
That
animation or film.
That is a person I could get into projects with.
Like stuff that's not. That's why I really want to do expressionism with you, because you actually have the body type of an expressionist protagonist.
That looks so weird. Yeah, no, I think it's great.
Silent film
for
protagonist.
people who people who are just listening. They're like, what does that guy look like?
It's like if you like
tall and skinny. Yeah, really skinny.
That's and like
and
a lot
really tall.
Yeah, and like a lot of the actually just silent film in general. A lot of very tall, thin, and the tall, thin. If we emphasize that, it's far more like that expression. Because
I love me some tall, thin characters in things. I'm like, oh yeah, there they are.
See, I was just thinking about this the other day too. So
I love finding my type. Like, I could play that part. I love finding that.
That's an interesting perspective on that. Because I was so WoW, the next expansion is going to release. People are humans, like a super tall, skinny human. That's usually basically an elongated undead model.
World of Warcraft. What is this? What?
So World of Warcraft's next expansion.
Yeah.
Is going to add new human models, not to play, just in the world.
Oh, okay.
One of them is a tall, skinny human.
Which would be an undead standing up straight.
It's not. They're not even standing up straight. They're still that mild hunch over, but they're just like elongated and they have skin on their elbows.
Got it.
It's the undead skeleton, not the model, but the skeleton.
Okay.
And then, and it's taller than an undead is, so they drag it up. It literally looks like you took it, like the drag tool, and pulled up.
Yes.
And then there's a fatter human. And someone went on Twitter and was like, "Oh my god, I'm so glad that there's this is my exact body type. Representation is important."
Fun.
And I was like, interesting, because I would never want to play myself. And I've been thinking about this in all games now, because in WoW I play an elf.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Oh, I'm such a narcissist. I play humans and shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, I love it.
I never do. And if I have to play a human, my thought process is, because I was listening to another podcast.
I'm a self-inserter.
I do that too, but in this way. So I was listening to a podcast about Monster Hunter. The guy has dreads. He's like, I couldn't have dreads on my character, so I made a girl. And I was like, all right, makes sense. But what I always think of is I'm making myself, but in that universe.
Oh, nice.
Not a direct mirror, but
of course.
Like, so if I have long hair, so when I make a character, I'm like, well, this character uses like swords. He would never have his hair down.
It would just make
It would have to go up unless he's wearing a helmet.
Yeah.
So if that's an option, I usually make it where like I pick like a top knot or something, because like
pretty fucking dope.
If you're fighting, you're most likely gonna have to pull this back in some way.
Yeah,
because it would get in the way.
Yeah, you think you got some deep lore in those motherfucking
and like
character
I know
creations.
I don't mind that my characters are big jackmen, because they would
be if they're swinging around melee weapons.
I'm sitting in here quietly in my room, fucking doing a podcast, playing video games, watching anime. I don't have muscle weight, but if I was swinging around giant chunks of bone or giant swords or something.
You might have some muscle mass.
I would be pretty jacked.
Right.
Or even if I'm just running around everywhere.
Right. You'd be in shape at least. Yeah.
In good shape.
I'm trying to get myself in some shape.
So like, that's usually how I go about character creation. I'm finding out other people, actually that's abnormal. Most people go the way of like, I want to make them exact selves. And
I don't make like a mirror of my, I guess I do what's like interesting to the world. Like try to do something that would be interesting in the game world. So like if I'm making a Dark Souls character,
okay,
it would just be like I like the concept of the pyromancer. I like the swamp thing, so I'll sort of like tailor it around that. I sort of have a character concept and I make it. If I do a character that's
supposed to be me,
But yeah, also if like it's my first time playing, I guess I'll just make whatever I think will be cool and like throw on I don't know. I actually don't. I guess I don't put that much thought into it. I do like to. I never found like a pattern in how I make characters, but I do love character creation.
I didn't think I did until I read this post of it. And I was like, oh, you know what? I never do that. And then why? And I was like, well, I do make myself, but it's not trying to make a mirror of myself. Yeah. I'm trying to make my version in that world.
For fucking sure.
Like, and so like, I always like playing things with extra races. So like, this race is way cool. I would wish to be this race if I was in this universe.
Yeah, because like, you can breathe underwater.
And like,
they have a cool like extra ability.
And like, I think about it like, like, oh, but you're a human. Like, why would you think you'd be an elf in this world? Well, if there were elves, statistically, would I be?
Somebody has to be.
Someone has to be. Right. So maybe there's a chance I would be. I don't know. Like, sure, maybe I'm playing with 25% chance, but fuck it. Let's pretend,
let's give it a go, because it's fun.
Yeah. I'm already a human, and might as well see.
Might as well try another.
Fuck around and do something different. Yeah. And so I always think it's kind of interesting. I don't know. Character creation is one of my favorite things in games, though.
Character creation?
I love it. Like, the reason I was like getting into The Sims as a kid is like I just want to make characters. Like, it's so cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
I want to make characters. Like I hated
the gameplay of The Sims isn't that great, but like building houses and characters is fun.
It's fun.
The game
is super fun if you try to play it without cheating or like succeeding. Like,
if you just sort of like play out, if you like role play the characters, it's really funny.
It's really fun,
hilarious things happen.
And it's like really stressful.
And they're like mooring at the bills, and you're like looking over this little house, like following all the drama. You're like, I'm gonna start an affair with the neighbor, like, and because you can just cast fucking chaos in there at your will, or like struggle to keep it together when things get a little too hectic.
Yeah.
So you have to have a little bit of imagination to play The Sims and have a good time.
Yeah, like
I just never did.
My most fun I ever had with that game was Richie.
I guess I didn't have the patience, but yeah.
Me and Richie played a thing where we were the norms. We just made two random people who looked nothing like us, and we tried to live a life. And we're trying to like just try to, and like we got to the point where like we were maybe we were just bad at playing. We were bad at mitigating resources. But like it was to the point where like we had like no comfort and we were filthy. So we had to sell the shower, get a bathtub, rearrange the bathroom so we have bathtubs. So we're getting comfy points as well as cleaning ourselves.
Oh yeah.
And then, so we're taking like one of us is in the tub, and then one of us didn't have to go to work yet, but the phones are ringing because we had missed work 3 days in a row. So I'm like, don't answer the phone, we're gonna get fired. Don't answer because that's the only way you get fired.
If you answered the phone.
That's the only way you can get fired if you answer the phone. It wouldn't just pop up going you were fired. You had to answer the phone.
So hilarious.
So you could miss every other day. but we had to miss 2 days in a row or something, or third day or whatever, because we literally could not get out of the tub so that we could go to work. We were like, it was
what? The Sims is so
it's so
funny.
dumb, but it was so funny.
It's like chaotic.
It was so
game.
chaotic and insane, but to just be like, I remember vividly being like, "Don't answer the phone. We can't get fired."
It's so because if you're doing like a single like person, it's like playing the tutorial. But if you start like having like a family or something, like things can get very complicated in that game.
It's really fun.
It's very fun.
It was really fun. I haven't gone back and played since because a couple times I was playing as myself, and I was like, why am I just not doing this? Like, why am I not teaching myself chess right now? Like,
For real.
Yeah, like why am I doing this in here?
For real.
So like stuff like that makes it harder.
Yeah,
but
if you just play like a single person and it's just you, it's like, well, yeah, you get bored with that quickly. But I think what they want you to do is like just move on and make a family and like have get crazy, because it gets pretty crazy and it's a lot of fun.
But it was like a good time. I was like, I thought it was pretty hilarious to like have to do that weird, like using the game systems against themselves, but like
trying to, like, struggling with it, just like struggling with the game, dude. Like struggle is like key to a video game, and I don't understand how, like, I guess the AAA titles are because they're expensive and people expect to get the full thing with their money.
It's just
I think that's got to be it, because it just upsets me so much when like
the people are outraged
like high quality games that are like tough to beat.
People were outraged over Cuphead being hard.
Yeah,
they're like, I want to be able to see all of this
so
game.
Ridiculous.
People, their articles being like, make a skip button for bosses and stuff like that, where it's like,
come on,
because that's not in the nature of games. Maybe right? I think that's wrong too.
I don't think it's in the nature of games. Maybe a skip button, you know what? And like, if maybe just make it totally optional to turn off the difficulty, but like make it like the game or the experience. You get an option.
I don't like that because the game.
I'm okay with giving people the option who want the option. If people are going to pay $60 and they're not good at games because they don't play all the time because they're working all the time, let them get through the fucking thing. What?
Like, are they working all the time though?
I don't, dude. Are you kidding me? Are you like saying like you need to make time for your fucking video game skills?
No, I'm just saying like, you are making video games though. You're making time to play. I know you're making.
I'm saying but I don't know.
I think there's a lot of money. You're not wrong. You're right.
It's a lot of money, so you want content from it.
You're not wrong.
Just a fucking, if you're just a schleb.
I don't know.
I think in mass-produced games, like mass-distributed games, there should be like easier options for people who just want to fucking turn off and blow shit up after work or whatever.
I guess that's true. But like those games exist already.
Yeah, they do.
So like you know.
But you know, and there should be like, yeah, you know what? I love when games have like levels, like all the way from like, you know, this is like classic NES difficulty to fucking, you know, just like
movie
mode.
Yeah.
I think that's something that people should consider, but I don't want it to fuck with the game design, you know. So there's just like,
I don't know how you do that.
More health equals harder or something, you know, for the enemies.
Yeah.
Where you just sort of like, you know,
that's all you can do. Though.
I know, but I'm just saying like you have to be as creative as you can with the varying difficulty for it to. Yeah. I think for it to work,
add mechanics.
Actually add mechanical difficulty, like game mechanics or something. Add something to the game that makes it more difficult and more like make it a fun difficulty. And like sort of you know, like a fun coast as well, like a coast through. Make them both fun.
Yeah, it's tough though.
Of course it's tough, but that's I mean, I don't want there to be. This is like my compromise between games being too easy and my desire for like tough games.
I don't know of an example that kind of does both of those well.
I have no idea. Because I've never played a game through on the lowest difficulty and then again on the hardest. I've never done that. And
like the only game I've really ever done that is Kingdom Hearts, but I think it's piss easy regardless. So.
Well, you're just a fucking savage.
I've been doing it for too long. That's really all it comes down to. Is I just know it too inside and out.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite thing about games is learning like, and that really came from like learning how Smash worked.
Yeah.
But like, being like learning every ounce of its system, and then like. Even if you can't implement half the things the system's allowing you to do or something, like a lot of times in Smash, I'd be like, that's really cool. Like I can watch like Melee being played, I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I can't do half the shit they just did. That's really cool.
Nah, dude. I love being mystified.
Oh.
I love playing Metal Gear Solid and my ration froze. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm just like spooked. And I don't know. I'm like I'm in someone else's world. I'm a helpless, like fucking, I'm just fucking groping around and I'm struggling and I don't know what's happening.
I love that at first, but I like to take the time to then learn everything about it.
And then you finish it and then, I'm not a completionist and like a game learner. Yeah. I'm actually a game experiencer. I do want it to be hard though. I'm just in it for like the experience. I want to get through it and like
this only developed recently of me where I'm like I want to know how this works. I want to know what the frame data of like this role is. So but like once you learn that shit, it literally opens up another level of that game.
Of like gameplay to that one game. Yeah.
You're like, wow. Like learning,
especially like online because other people know those skills.
Even just fucking like learning the systems of Kingdom Hearts 2. And I was like, fuck, this game is amazing. Like, I like this game a lot. It is not my favorite game of all time now that I understand everything. And, like, the benefit of learning the systems, and then for Final Mix, they added, like, these super boss fights that required to know how these systems work. And so, like, once you understand that, you're like, oh, man, now I understand. Like, I watch, like, you do a thing, and they start doing their one move. You're like, okay, that means I did this. I let this value get too high, and his invisible value that I can't see, and now he's not past his threshold. I now have to do this, and I'm invincible if I do this and this. Like, it's really, like, doing the Sephiroth fight in the first one. If you just, like, when he does this big AoE attack, just do strike rate over and over again, because you're invincible the whole time, so you can just delay the whole thing out. You run out of mana, but, like, you gotta, like...
But it's okay, because you can stall time. But if you... in this next section, which is not that
or you
intense,
can...
and you can dodge roll through it.
Yeah, and then before you even go in, you understand, like, okay, I know the attack is this long, so make sure I have this much mana. So I'm invincible the entire time this goes on, and then I'll throw an elixir and we're back at it.
So then
and,
when
like,
you go in,
So stuff like that.
Very
like,
cool.
I think it's really cool. Where, like...
I'm with you there.
Or, like, understanding, like there's a thing in Monster Hunter where you get stunned, and, like, it says, like, just move the left joystick and try to, like, weight yourself up. And, like, what I don't know is it every rotation? Is the rotation on the 270 and the in the 90? And so if I just hit back and forth, that counts as 2 rotations? Or, like, does how far for a rotation is counted?
Got it.
Like, is it just like, is it 180s back and forth? And if I hit it back and forth, like, I don't know.
Yeah, you can cheat it.
Is there a way to is there a way to do that? Yeah, because, like, in Smash,
see, I wouldn't even think that would, like, that would totally beyond me to think.
Oh,
of like, what's the tricky way I can do this to?
How do I do this as fast as possible?
To fuck the input up, so it's totally Wow, nice.
Because there's, like, in Smash there's a Smash GI, and it's like, how many times you can hit. You smash, like, the C stick and you can move yourself, but, like, there's stuff, or, like, when you're grabbed to mash out, it's every button press, and so some people in Project M would switch their C stick to something. They would change their C stick in some way so they could spin the C stick, and every single time it hit a notch, it was a button press.
Fuck.
So, like, doing stuff like that, where it's like, what is the controller being able to output, and then what is this game registering as the input, and how much can I do to make it as minimal as possible so I can, like, break out this immediately or whatever. So I like trying to figure all that stuff out, and, like, a lot of times I don't look it up. Sometimes I just, like, sit there and, like, fuddle with it and, like, all right, what does this work? Oh, this is how this works, or whatever. And then I find the way I do it and stuff. So a lot of times I watch stuff with, like, Kingdom Hearts guys where I'm like, all right, here's this boss, and this is how you do it. And I drew that exact strategy. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And then I'll just go and just do it the way I do it. I've been doing it for years, and I win. Yeah. And it's like, oh, wow, that's what I like, too, where it's like, there's no one play style.
Yeah.
It's like your play style can affect it in a way where it's like, no, this is just the way I do it.
For
like,
you,
Maybe they'll...
It's unique to you.
Yeah, like, I'll look it up, and they'll be like, oh, make sure to use Reflect here. Like, okay, cool, I didn't, like, reflect that spell. Yeah. But then I'm still using my play style.
Yeah, you're just adding...
I'm adding that tool to my... And then that you add that tool, and you're like, oh, wow, this, like, especially in Kingdom Hearts 2, Reflect's amazing. You're like, oh, I should play this game again now. Now I understand how this spell works, and now go through this whole thing and do this. Now my game is all different because the spell is different, and I know how this works now, and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, that's really cool. That's why I think Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of the best games ever made. Just the depth of it, and, like...
There's a lot going on there.
It's really cool.
Yeah, that's how I feel that way about Dark Souls. I kind of like the numbers there. That's one of the only ones where I really enjoy, like... just understanding how it works, because it's so cryptic, so like obtuse. In gameplay, everything about you have to look it up, and like then I'm on the wiki for like an hour because it's just so interesting, because like you end up in lore tidbits, and like it's all just it's such a well crafted game. Do you ever do like the math of like this part and this, and then like I can have this weight limit if I do this? Like you can do like a character creator and like see, can I not have the fat roll? How much armor can I have on? All the time. That's just fun, super fun. Great games. Oh man, what time is it? I'm a sleepy guy.
It is 8:20.
What do we do? Like 3 hours?
Yeah. We can round this up. The dog's barking for whatever reason, so might as well just wrap this up. But
cool beans.
Thanks for stopping by.
I will try to just let me know when you're doing podcasts, and I'll just like show up.
So show up.
Hopefully, you have multiple mics.
I only have 2 of these, but we have the lapel and stuff we can work with.
Yeah, that'd be great. I could just lounge.
Yeah. Literally, the lapel's got so long cable that you could like lay on the bed and just pop up when you want to say something.
Good stuff. Yeah, that'd be great. I will just let you know when I'm free and willing.
The next one, Peter wants to do so.
Right, we were talking today.
Yeah,
so I'm sure I'll be
something like that.
Great.
So
I'd love to do that.
Yeah, he brought it up today, and I was like, oh, sure. Sounds like a fun time.
He wants to talk about Steve and the Cryptic Existence.
I don't know if we can do that yet, though.
No,
we haven't developed it enough.
We have to talk in private. Yeah. We can't do it on air.
Yeah, I'm not. We do enough on air that never comes to fruition that I want to make sure that I want to make that air. I want to start making it a thing where I don't just make stuff up on here and then nothing happens.
Right. That's a hilarious quirk, Tom. You got hilarious quirks for your follers.
Well, the one major quirk is that there's never an ending. I said let's end it, and we talk for 10 minutes.
Okay. We're not doing it this time.
No, we should probably. But yeah,
we're just gonna end it.
Yeah, but
right here.
I do want to talk about shit like that. Off air. And then bring the actual stuff on air. It's like, hey, this is the finished thing, or this thing's actually going to happen.
Come and take a look.
Yeah. Say, do you want to plug anything while we're on that category?
Plug anything?
Yeah. Any show you're doing?
I pretty much said everything. I don't have dates for anything.
Okay.
But got a season coming up. Will Kemp's Players in the Capital Region. We're doing...
Is there a way that people can find this?
Yeah, look us up on social media. Will is traditionally spelled. Kemp is Kempe.
Ooh.
Apostrophe S Players.
Well, Kemp.
Instagram, Facebook.
There you go.
The good shit. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah,
all right.
love and kisses. Find
thanks.
us.
Yep. Love and kisses.
I gave him a 2 before you did.
No. All right.